Hello and welcome back. I'm Joshua of Milestone Play. I am a professional game master, and we are returning to our playthrough of Draw Steel's The Delian Tomb on the Codex. This is our second session on the Codex and our second session of The Delian Tomb. Our players have had the chance to do the Road to Broadhurst before beginning this adventure, so we're slowly learning the rules of the game and learning how to play in this environment. If you've not watched the first video, I would head back and see that one so you can begin to learn our characters. But for now, we're going to get into our session. So we previously have delved deep into the Delian Tomb. You lot went there due to the behest of Ashley, Broadhurst's blacksmith. She had been out looking through the roads, trying to find possible traders that had gone missing, unable to get to Broadhurst safely. And during the process, goblins had stormed out of the thought-haunted Delian Tomb. They had taken her daughter Ashley, an 18-year-old girl and apprentice to her blacksmith work, and pulled her down into the depths of the tomb. The Gilded Hand mercenaries were first sought after to try to solve this problem, but they shirked it off without having the pay to even care. You lot, heroes of Broadhurst, took it upon yourselves to deal with this problem. Going with Ashley, you made your way to the Delian Tomb. You fought goblins that were on guard outside, made your way down below, fought another band within, made your way through a number of traps, both mechanical and magical, before finding a ritual ongoing by a larger bugbear with many of the other goblins about. Violet tied down to one of the statues in front of this white, glowing, electrically charged barrier preventing passage down the stairs to a lower level of this tomb. You lot managed to slay the bugbear chanter. You managed to rescue Violet and begun to make your way up out of the tomb. During this process, you would pass by a number of um, mosaics, a number of frescoes on the walls displaying weakened farmers gathering together, drinking from an enchanted chalice, and then being emboldened, made heroic paladins of might, fighting off demon hordes. You have also heard from one of the goblins the name Queen Bargnot. With these subtle clues as to what is going on, you would return Violet to her mother, who, very thankful for what you have done, has come back with you to Broadhurst, where you have sought out a bowl of stew to warm yourselves and recover from what has just happened. So I'm going to, for the moment, present to you Ashley and Violet, because there's a couple things that I brought up at the end of last session that we began working through off camera, and a couple of things we still need to sort out. Among some of the possessions of the bugbear chanter, you found two magical rings tarnished with blood that, no matter how you clean them, would continue to re-secrete this sticky substance. These bloodbound bands, they're magic capable of hardening yourselves, increasing your stamina, and then also your recovery values with your increased stamina. Uh, could also be attuned to each other for greater powers with also some deficits. You lot have decided to have Faerun and Jagan don the bloodbound bands, but you have not yet had a respite to choose to attune them to each other. And based off of our conversation, it looks like we're not going to be doing that, but that is an option for the future if we ever take a respite. In addition, uh, Ashley has said that anything that you need from her, any work that she can do for you, she is more than happy to repay tenfold, 20-fold for saving her daughter. So Ashley is going to be a follower for your party. If any of you gain a renown of 3, you can recruit a follower of your own. But Ashley does not count against that renowned follower recruitment. So Ashley can be assigned to any of you, and the big thing for this is you will have mechanical control in the Codex for being able to do downtime rolls for Ashley to help craft items for you. Whether it's Jagan, Farin, or Chad, would any of you like to have Ashley assigned to you as a follower?
I think it should go to Jagan since he is Violet's savior.
Fantastic. Well, we have just assigned Jagan to have the follower for Ashley. Very good call out that he is Ashley's savior. He did get that title last time. Um, with that, as you lot make your way back to town, you will easily be finding your way to the Featherbed Inn to get that bowl of stew. However, as this continues on, there's a couple other things to make note of. First of all, I can go ahead and we are now on our Broadhurst map, and I can make the Delian Tomb visible to you where it is on this map. So we will show the Delian Tomb, and now you will see. I think last time I said, "Oh, you're gonna go north," and then I was wrong. And oh, you're gonna go east. Well, it's northeast. So just up on the other side of the Dun River, as you make your way out of Broadhurst from the village, it is about an hour-ish, a bit more of an hour travel to go through all the farmlands, cross the river, go up the road, and then strike off into the forest to find the Delian Tomb. So yeah, there is that for you. In addition, as you lot are going through and finishing up your meals, there is a time that comes where Ashley once again kind of stands up, thanks you again for what you've done. If there's anything you need, just swing by the smithy and let me know. But for now, I need to get my girl home. And she wraps her arm around Violet and begins to take her out of the feather bed end. As Ashley is making her exit, there is then a second individual that comes up to you, a robed human in his 60s with a friendly disposition, kind of approaches you with a smile. He's got a bit more tufts of gray, white hair going out to the sides, a bit like mutton chops going down the face, but like nothing is super well kept. He extends his hands in greeting and says, uh, Abbot Lorick at your service. I heard you fine folks risked your lives for others today. And in the Delian Tomb of all places. Um, there are many villagers who could use your help about town. If you find it within yourselves, you've gained quite the notoriety as heroes, and people are maybe starting to trust a bit more in you as opposed to those greedy gilded hand. If you're willing, I would like to talk to you about some of the village's problems. I don't expect you to do all of them, let alone really any of them. I'm a prayerful man, and I think my prayers have been answered with y'all's coming here. So if there's anything that you could help with, I just want to make sure we're answering the gods with whatever you can do.
Chad, I am here to be useful. What do you have? I like things. I like to help.
Uh, uh, thank you so much. Uh, as he begins to stand up, you see that within the tavern, there's a couple other individuals around. While there aren't any of the gilded hand that you had previously seen here, taking up one of the corners, there is a bunch of stone-skinned dwarves that are going about their discussions of what's going on. And Abbot Lort kind of looks there, looks to the door, and kind of looks back to you. I'm sorry. I might be a bit hasty. I don't mean to be disingenuous. How are you? How did things go? I just as he's now kind of in this middle zone where like he wanted to take advantage of you being here and is now is feeling very self-conscious about it.
Um, hmm. You know what? Fine. Everything went fine. Why don't we? You know, I need some fresh air after eating this stew. You wanna take a walk real quick?
Uh, of course, I can walk you about town and maybe point some stuff out.
But I'm not finished with my stew.
Uh,
I'm bigger than
Or,
everybody. I gotta eat more.
Abbott Lord kind of
or you
looks
can
to
just
you.
sit there and eat some more.
Uh, I'm sorry. Do you want to come with? If you want to come, he kind of moves over. He sits down on just one of the chairs over the side. We can wait plenty for you.
Oh my god, Farron with the banging fork and knife.
So as Jagan is given time to finish his second helping, as he is a large boy. In time, Father Lorik kind of gently reapproaches. Are you good now, sir? Do you need another helping?
No, I'm good to go.
Right. Well, um, as he begins to walk out, the lot of you joining with as many as you wish. Um, I heard a little bit from what Ashley was saying about you lot going and saving Violet from goblins. Um, do you possibly know why they attacked a member of our community?
They all died before I got a chance to ask. So, no. Oh,
I would
wait.
have
I mean,
they were trying to break through a barrier in that tomb, and they were using Ashley's life force to get that.
Oh, well, that's um sounds like they were trying to get lower, you say. Whatever they were trying to get down there for. um, I'm sorry. I was worried about trying to get y'all to maybe solve some of our smaller problems, but if goblins are trying to get deeper in the tomb for something, it sounds like maybe you should prioritize that. Getting down there and whatever they want down below, maybe claim whatever it is, stop them from desecrating whatever's going on down there. I I I don't know what's in the tomb, but I do have some old books in the church library about magic and such. There might be some useful information in them if you want to come by and take a look at some point.
That would be
yeah.
great. We're not from around here, so we don't really have any idea of who Delian is or what the tomb was for.
Well, in that case, by all means, when you have some time, I'd be more than happy to open the doors to the Church of Saint Griffin and let you go through whatever resources I have. We don't got books on everything, but it does have some information on the more esoteric things in life, and maybe there'll be answers in there for what them goblins were trying to get at.
That sounds good. However, to your previous, uh, 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 no problem is too small. Um, just what other issues are you having?
Well, the issues have begun to stack up a bit. And at this point, I'm supposed to make a handout available to you on the Codex, but I don't know how to make just that handout available to you as it's in a PDF with a second handout that you're not supposed to have yet. So in our Discord, I'm going to go ahead and just share a screenshot and don't worry about looking at it. I'm essentially going to be going through almost all of this verbatim with a little bit of ad lib throughout. But this will just help you keep track of all the different possible problems you could be aiding with as Abbot Lore kind of walks you around. As you walk around the center of the village of Broadhurst, I do have it set so all the buildings that have associated NPCs, they will pop up as you hover over them. So you can also kind of find the regions for these different problems. As Abbot Lorik kind of takes your call that no problem is too small. Well, the Reeve, kind of not quite a mayor, not quite a magistrate, but they're the Reeve. Reeve Rosamond needs some help looking into some thefts about the town. Someone's stealing foodstuffs. We've heard from different individuals, grain, meat, all sorts of things going wrong. The Reeve may also want to know about them goblin attacks. Um, from there is Vaughn, the woodcutter. He hasn't retrieved any material from the forest in a little while now. He says that there are bandits in the Silverwood, and he's refusing to go collect lumber until the danger's gone. Speaking of danger, Mikhail the carpenter was attacked by some kind of creature in the forest when he decided to get wood after Vaughn refused. Between those two things and Tansy, the furrier, getting their traps broken, mark my words, something dangerous and not humanoid is in the Silver Forest. You have proven yourself good at taking care of goblins, so hopefully those weapons are good for more bestial things. Um, he kind of looks back towards the featherbed end. Um, Harem, he's the local cobbler. He's waiting on a shipment of leather that hasn't come into town yet, and well, he wants someone to go look out across the roads for possible merchants. And then Dunquat, our stonemason, they're having some trouble with those merchants back in the Featherbed Inn. Sorry, I got a little squeamish. Didn't want to talk about them in front of them in there, and I knew this is where this was headed. Um, Dunquat says that they made a deal for possible stone to be delivered, but she's having trouble actually getting that stone. Um, Dunquat's not one to ask for help, but you hear things, and well, I'm asking instead of her. The last thing, this one's a little odd. The rest of this has been problems that we've been seeing kind of slowly crop up, but while you were gone, Orson, he burns the coal for the town. Uh, he lives at the edge of the town. He's he's unusual. He's got some weird hobbies and habits, but he's not a danger. He's lived here for a long time. Anyway, he asked for you to go see him. He wouldn't say why, but he was real interested in these heroes that had come to Broadhurst for the goat pox and then continued to help out with Violet. Um, so you said no problem was too small. Well, we got some problems, and then I don't know what's going on with Orson.
Okay. You do have quite a bit of problems here. What don't you? What are these gilded hand guys doing? Like, do they do anything here?
Yeah, that's a great question. They came up from Wend, and you lot having come from Wend yourselves. Wend is a larger bit of civilization, larger town. So you are familiar with Wend. They came from Wend a bit ago, and supposedly they were off doing something with some tomb over there, some ghosts and haunting and stuff. But after that, they decided to come out here. They're mercenaries. They work for pay, and they pretty much demand pay up front. They want to know that they're going to get paid. And as you can see, we're just a small farming community. We work on trade. We keep ourselves going, and then occasionally people will come through, and what money we can gather together, we make purchases. But we don't have gold for. s- I don't mean to sound unthankful, but gold for good works. I mean, we got problems. We just don't got the funding for it.
Father, don't worry about funding. That's not what we're here for.
Well, I'm thankful, and I'm thankful that Saint Griffin has heard my prayers and sent someone to help. Once again, I don't expect you to deal with all these problems. But I figured the more I tell you, the more you can make, a choice that you feel like you can do the most good as opposed to trying to deal with something that you're not particularly suited for.
Well, there are quite a few issues, and we'll tackle as many as we can, as well as we'll look into this Delian Tomb and see if we can go down further. I was I was reluctant to leave when we did leave because I was wanting to see how to get down there, but I couldn't find anything in there that would give me any clue of how to get through it.
Maybe we could find some clues in his books about getting past
Yeah,
that spot.
Well,
yeah, and if you know anything, off from your time just being around, anything you know about the Delian Tomb yourself, Father, it'd be great. clue us in?
I I don't know much about it. I know that there is supposedly. I mean, I was about to start talking rumors to you, and I don't want to mislead you. Um, there's a lot of rumors about it from since I was young. It's really old, and at this point, all I know for certain is folklore, and folklore doesn't actually have a source where it comes from. It's just people telling stories that mutate. Um, I'll tell you what, I'll go back to the Church of Saint Griffin right now. I'll try and pull out some of the different tomes that I think might put you in the right direction to get you going and the actual good information as opposed to spewing old wives' tales.
Okay, so you're pretty good with the books. I take it. Bit of a researcher.
Uh, I'm not real good with the books, but compared to some of the other farmers here, I got the most experience with them. But I also spend a lot of my time going through different rites and rituals, trying to make sure that any that we bury here are happily buried, that the proper ceremonies are done with the turning of the seasons and all that. So I don't read as much as I would like, but I am proficient.
You know, uh, just because I can, um, I got the renown of 3. Can I make this guy a follower?
Yes, you can definitely make Abbot Lorik a follower. So we will go ahead and we will assign him to Chad. So yes, you guys have previously gained some renown. 2 of you have a renown of 1. Chad, based off of your background and a couple of your chosen things up to this point, you already were at 2. So saving Violet rose you to 3. So as you continue to talk with him about possibly being evade, he just kind of you know what? If I ain't got credit with the good mysteries of the world at this point, I don't know what I've been doing for the past 50 years of my life. Um, swing by later, and even if you don't got some time to look through the books, I'll make some time. And so he is a sage follower. So he is proficient in history, monsters, magic, and religion. So he can help with the research respite activity. And if he's researching any of those skill areas, he gets another +2 on the roll as well. And anytime you guys go through a day, he gets to take a respite, whether or not you take a respite. So if some of our party wants to take a respite in a little bit, and Chad, you decide you don't want to, your follower still gets to do the role for taking a respite, even if you're not.
Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted.
Can the followers be like help any of the party with research tasks if the person who they're following says, "Hey, help them with that"?
Oh, definitely, yeah. So really the idea of who is a follower of what player character, that really comes down to who kind of gets the relationship going, who has the sway with them. But it's not meant to be something where like, oh no, if Chad isn't super interested in this topic, Chad won't let you use Abbott Lork to help with this other thing. It's up to Chad, but he can definitely help you with your own stuff.
Cool, cool.
Cool, cool. So we now have 2 followers as we are getting stuff set up. Abbott Lorik kind of looks amongst you. Is there anything else I can help you with right now, or should I go start to get stuff set up?
Well, I'd real quick like to ask about. You said there was that issue with the traders, um, the dwarf traders. That's just are they withholding the shipment, and trying to get like a better price, or
Uh,
do you know what's going on?
that I don't know much of the details. I just know that they came in here a couple days ago, and it's easy enough to just pass over money and deliver. So they've been hanging out Dunkwat's in a bit of a tiff. So if you want more details, you'll have to go speak with Dunkwat.
Okay.
Abbott
Veteran, do you
Lork.
have anything? I suppose not.
Who are you asking again?
You.
No. I mean, there's a billion places to investigate. But other than that, nothing specific.
Okay, wonderful. We'll see. We'll see you later, Father.
He kind of bows his head and begins moving off as he goes to return to the Church of St. Griffin. So at this point, you lot may freely discuss the leads you have at your disposal. Go interact with whatever NPCs you wish. And it's also up to you if and when you wish to take a respite. A respite is a 24-hour period where your victories will convert into XP, and you'll get all of your recoveries back. And anyone taking the respite will get to do a downtime activity. So it could be making one of the magic items that you got resources and recipes for last time. It could be helping Abbot Lorik with research. It could be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's just up to you when you want to go for a respite. And if someone doesn't want to partake in the respite, you don't have to. So what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't need a respite yet. I I'm kind of interested in tackling this beastie in the forest. What are you guys pointing towards here?
Well, I think I might be able to do one more encounter because I have one recovery left. So if we do an encounter that requires some fighting, I think I might be able to make it through one of those. But I also think we might be able to get. Um, a, I don't want to jinx it by saying how I think, but if that negotiation for the traders, I mean, I do have some stuff for negotiation. So like we could go
Oh,
talk to Jason and see if we could get a victory point through that.
I am here for that.
I will also remind you, you might only have one recovery, but you also have a potion of healing.
No, I used that in the tomb.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you did.
Yeah. Because I only had one recovery left when we got the potions. So I used that. So I'm down to 20 stamina. I have 30 max, but I'm down to 20. And I only have one recovery, which would put me at 30 if I used it.
Yeah, obviously, I won't tell you how to play your character, but I think you should take a respite, Chief.
But
Um, this reminds me, the being down on stamina. I have the heal skill. What do I need to do to heal with that? Do I need a heal kit? What is
So the heal
that?
skill is not for regaining stamina or anything. The heal skill is more so used for exploration based healing. So if you are trying to figure out what is wrong with somebody, like an NPC that has come down with a plague or something, heal can help understand what's happening there. If you are trying to forced march through a desert and one of the camels turns an ankle, heal can be used to help maintain that camel to continue going forward. So it is used for things external to the party typically. It's not used for actively increasing stamina. Draw steal is very much based around your recoveries are the limitation for when you need to rest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, we could. I don't necessarily need it, but I am down a couple recoveries, and I could use the downtime to work on making some potions and give Jargon one of them. So,
Jagging.
Jaggin, sorry.
We killed a bunch of goblins together. Come on, you know this. Um, okay. You know what? Let's go check we can check the negotiation. I doubt that'll be combat. Maybe we'll get another victory in our belt. I don't know how much do you need to get up to for a level up?
A level up
Oh,
is at 16, so you guys will not be leveling up today.
no. Okay. Well, I don't plan on taking a respite until after our next combat because starting with 6 focus is just ungodly. And I still have enough to maintain for now.
Well, it sounds like
But
you
if you guys want
guys
to go rest,
want to try and get the negotiation that for the merchant stuff done, thinking it won't be a combat. Is that something we want to do before anybody rests?
yeah. So we'll have to go see Dunquat.
Yeah, you can definitely go off and see Dunquat. So I need to go to Dunquat. Where are you?
As we all run through the fields.
I think Ashley's probably going back to her blacksmith, right?
Yeah. So you lot head off towards where Abbot Lorik has pointed out the mason to live. There's a large fenced-in yard with sturdy tables covered in metal tools that opens before a small house. You see a stone-skinned dwarf woman with an anxious expression muttering to herself as she putters about the yard, putting tools into a large burlap sack. Um, as you make the approach, she like offhandedly sees you out of the corner of her eye, does like a double take in your direction, and then just continues going about putting a whole bunch of stuff away, just dumping it into this big burlap sack. What would you lot like to do?
Just walk up to her, hail her there. Hey, we have been informed you might be in need of some assistance.
Assistance? No, I'm right, good and dandy. I'm fine.
Are you
Well,
sure?
we've been
Sorry.
told that the you might have some troubles with the traders that are supposed to get you your stones.
Yeah, it's supposed to get me my stones. They already have the stones. They have them here. Murkic, he's staying at the end. Hauled some of the stone all the way from Cal Calavar for me, but he changed the bloody deal. Not only does he want the original payment, he also wants my bag. As she like lifts up the bag that she's holding and then grabs another tool and just shoves it in there. I know it doesn't look like much, but this thing is key to my work. It's magic and helps me carry stone to my jobs without the need of a cart, horses, any of that. I can just take my bag, go to the site, and then whatever I need to build, it's all there. Now, she kind of like looks away from you, looks past her building up to where you see the mountain range behind you, and then abruptly turns. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's plenty of stone available. Nah, I can't work with other stone. I won't. The stuff from the Granite Mountains is the best. After being here for nearly 60 years, most of the stone in this town is from those mountains, and the idea of a mismatch it's unacceptable. And then she kind of like gets herself in a bit of a tizzy as she just like rather violently picks up like a pile of chisels and just throws them into the bag.
Well, yeah, it's pretty rude of them to try to change the terms of the deal after they get there. And they see that handy bag you got, and they're like, "Oh, well, we want that too, or we're not going to give you the stone." So, if you want, we can go talk to him and see if we can get him to honor the terms of the deal original.
She kind of you see the shoulders heave up slowly and then back down. She turns back to face you. I might be too close to it all. You're right. If you can talk to Murkic and convince him to take the original deal, I'd be grateful. I'm out of stone. I can't work. Now, if there was some other way I could get that stone from the stables and just leave him with our original payment, yeah, probably a bad idea. So many ways that might go wrong.
You said it's in the stable.
Cocks eye at you. Yeah, it's locked up in the stables. That's the only place that they could put it. They came into town with the horses, got everything stowed away for the moment, and they were supposed to go let me in there and just collect it all, and they absolutely wouldn't. But
Have you already paid?
no, I haven't. Now I'm more than happy to pay. I am more than happy to give them the original agreement. They just decided that wasn't enough anymore.
At what point did they decide? Was it after they saw what your bag can do?
Yeah, I walked up. pulled the payment out of the bag and said that, they didn't have to get up their horses and have to, like, worry about that, like, I could just gather everything up, and then they decided that, it was more efficient for them to change the deal.
Hmm.
Well, that's not
Are
right.
you guys? No, it's not right at all. What do you guys think about these stables?
Well, is the payment in the still in your bag right now?
No, no, I've got that locked away again.
Okay.
Um, for my part, I mean, if you want to use a little bit of the diplomacy route, there is I don't know the exact term here, but essentially a town alderman. Uh, they're doing trade in his town, and they're not being honest brokers here. Maybe we could rope him into having a conversation.
I was thinking perhaps a bit more of a strong arm approach. If Miss Dunquai here would be willing to work with us, perhaps let us borrow the bag. We go fill it in the stables, and then we go to the merchants and say, "Hey, you can take the original payment, or you cannot have your stone back." You know what I mean?
Just honoring the original agreement. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
As you bring up this idea, Dunquat seems a bit nervous to let the bag go. This is something where, as you bring up the idea, I would like one of you, whoever has the best presence, I think it's going to be our tactician. You may make a presence test to see if she is willing to give up the bag for you to facilitate this arrangement.
I
Okay.
also
And I
have
would have.
Question before he does that.
Yeah.
Um, would this be a negotiation?
This would not be a negotiation. This would just be a basic skill test.
I
Um,
think Chad and myself have the same presence. I do, however, have read person.
I It may be best for me to do it because I get edge on these.
Oh, okay.
Good call out
So
then.
Miss Dunquat will see me as uh, whatever Chad meme is going to be the most influencing on her, and I will get edge on this presence.
Fantastic. It's going to be super kind of college frat house footballer. As like the bigger, the bolder that you are, the better for her.
so one of my features for the love domain is I gain an edge on any test made to assist another creature with a test.
Hmm.
And then it says additionally, when you are present at the start of a negotiation, which this is not, I'm guessing the traders will be. One NPC of your choice has their patience raised to 1, and the first test made to influence them gains an edge. So I guess when we get to the point of discussing with the traders, we can implement that. But would the gain an edge on any test made to assist another creature? Like, could I assist him and have an
Yeah.
edge on my assist?
Yeah. So, how are you assisting with trying to pitch this plan of her, a Dunquat handing over her magic bag to help you facilitate this?
Well, I'm basically looking at my size and I'm saying, I mean, they can just try to stop me from going into the stable if they want, but it's probably not going to happen.
Okay, go ahead, and this is going to be a test to assist.
Can I make that a might test to assist? Assist.
Sure. Yeah, you're not getting any skill on it. We'll go for might for just how big you are. Totally.
Okay. Well, it's tier 2.
A tier 2. Okay, so a tier 2 is neutral. It does not harm, it does not help. So it does not have a negative effect on Chad's case. So Chad, you can go ahead and make your presence test to convince her to hand over the magic satchel.
Oh, okay. I was waiting on the You to
Oh,
trigger that. Okay.
for me to trigger it, I could do that. I can request roll Chad presence, and then is there a skill you have that you think would be helpful?
Persuade.
Oh, definitely persuade. I'm totally on board with that. So persuade, and we will ask it of you. I forgot in the codex I can request rolls from you specifically, as opposed to hey, just make this. That is a
I think that'll do it.
yes. With that, looking at the capability of your party, looking at what you have already done in terms of helping with the goat pox and helping save a member of the community, and now the whole like, yeah, we can just do this and we can enforce the original agreement, and you're willing to like put yourselves in between Dunquat and Murkic and the other merchants. She kind of nods a bit. Right. Right, yeah. So, uh, here, go ahead and take this as she hands over the satchel, and it's rather flimsy as she hands it over. So, you're gonna want to be real careful. Uh, Nothing that you put in that bag is actually in the bag. It's well, I don't want to tell you where it is, but it's in a safe place. It's a real place, but it's a safe place. And I got another magic trinket put in that place. So whatever you put in this bag goes into that location. So you just go ahead and gather up all the stuff. I would not try and step into it. That is not going to go well for you. It can't be living. But other than that, if you can manage to get the stones picked up and get them heaved into this bag, they'll arrange themselves elsewhere and then get back to me. Now, they have paid the uh they have paid the individual that looks over the stables, Tubert, rather well to be on guard. Um I don't have a problem with Tubert. So please don't hurt him.
Well, I didn't have any plans to hurt anyone. That's not what we're here for. We
I have
I
a.
figure
I think I can deal with that situation.
yeah, I figured you might be able to do some kind of distraction or something there, and myself and Jagan could get to work there inside.
Right. So just so I know, you're gonna go. You're gonna get my stone. Are you gonna come back to me before, or are you gonna go straight to them and enforce the deal?
Would you like to be there when we enforce it? It might be good to have you there.
I think it would be good. Let them know that you're not just brigands that are trying to steal. I don't know. Let
Well,
them know that you stand with the town and we stand with you.
I was going to say, if we're going to get the stone, we definitely want to have the payment that was originally agreed to with us. That way we can honestly say we are there to enforce that deal.
Yes.
If you don't want to be there while we're getting the stone, because there could be some danger involved there, but if you would like to be at the inn with the payment and just kind of sitting in there wait for us to come in, then that would be fine too.
Uh, I think that's the best plan. Yeah, I'll go ahead and meet you at the inn, and when you come in with my bag, I'll know that we're good to go. If something goes wrong, one of you come in without my bag, and I'll know that I should probably skedaddle on out.
And if you hear a lot of screaming, maybe check out for a little bit. Yeah, things could go wrong.
If I hear a lot of screaming, you're gonna have a lot of issues with being heroes of Broadhurst, because there's not supposed to be a lot of screaming.
There shouldn't be.
Never say never. Things can always go sideways.
All right,
All
so
right. Well,
y'all head out to the stables. I'll grab the parcel and we'll meet at the Featherbed End. Thank you. Thank you for dealing with this. With that, as they get themselves set up, you lot head off towards the stables. As you approach, is there anything you want to call out before I go straight into setting up this next encounter?
Um,
Yes. Before we get there, I think because I will probably have the strongest and everything to go with. Um, I'll be moving the stones. Somebody can hold the bag if they want, but I will be moving all the stones. And when we go up to what was the stable keeper's name?
Tubert.
Tubert. Um, honestly, I think we can just go up to him and let him know that we're just there to pick up the stone for the mason, and he can let us in.
mm, does it? I don't know if
I don't
any
know
of
if
us are good at lying.
I
Actually,
do
I
not
have
know.
lie, persuade, read person, but what I was hoping or planning to use actually is mind speak.
We're not lying. We are there to pick up the stone. She has the
It
payment
just
ready to give to them.
yeah,
So
but adding the for the merchants makes it a lie.
I didn't say for the merchants. I said for her.
Oh, my apologies. I thought I heard for the merchants. And also, Farron, I wouldn't do that.
I don't want us to be attacking any villagers. I don't want
I
us to
did.
be
I did not
any
say attack.
trickery. Mind speak could be construed as that.
Yeah, you should be real careful with just speaking into people's minds over the table. Should I remind you of what happens when you do that?
It's not. I hear you, but the way I was going to use it, it's not like that. But
Well, how are you
It's
going to
not
use
the
it?
time for that.
What was your intention, Farron?
I was actually planning to mind speak suggestions to him that he's getting really hungry. He can take a second to run over, get some food, and that kind of thing.
So it comes through as coming from you. It comes through as another presence speaking to you. It's not this subliminal altering their brains.
Right.
It's like a mind flare speaking to you. You know that there is like an entity speaking to you without actually hearing their voice.
All right. Well, I that was some ideas I had, but there's more to it that I could do, but whatever.
I know you really, really like the mind speak idea for stuff, a lot of things, but uh, with friendlies, it never works out well. Enemies, I'm totally cool with you doing that too, anytime.
Well, what's the plan then? That's the question, I guess. What are we gonna do then? I mean, I got other options I can use, but since you guys want that off the table, what's the plan?
Well, like I said, I think Party Face Chad can tell the guy that we're there to pick up the shipment for Dunquat. She's making the payment right now, and he can let us in.
Well, I
Or
mean, if
she's in the inn right now to make the payment. So that's the
ooh,
word I would use.
okay, so yeah, I do have all the face abilities. In that case, we could sit here for a moment until Dunquat begin, like we see her and
Mhm.
we make sure that uh, um stable guy sees what was it tuber
Tubert. So
tubert.
as you get closer to the stables, you'll see that the stables, there's a small yard and then there's 12 stalls. There's a padlocked carriage house next to the stables where you presume the stone shipment to be. And Tubert is kind of wearily mucking out one of the stalls. So like if a random villager walks by, he's not necessarily just going to notice any person walking by a different part of the town square going somewhere as he's like in the middle of work. If you were to approach his establishment, he'd be more aware of you. But he wouldn't necessarily be like immediately clocking that the mason has gone from her establishment to the inn to do something.
Can I
Okay.
say, if I see him wearily mucking out the stall, can I go up and say, "Hey, you look a little tired. Can I help you?"
Uh I mean,
and let them get him out of the stall, you know?
I mean,
I'll muck a little bit of stuff for a minute.
you can get him out of the stall. That actually gets him more in line to see the carriage house. So you're informed. But as you're like talking with him, he kind of gives us like, I mean, if you want to help out, but this is just the daily for me. I just what am I gonna do if I'm not mucking? And then I'm gonna go stack some of the bales.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll let you continue. I just thought you looked a little tired.
Yeah, no, it, it's what it's like being a farmer. You get up, you work, you work, you work. Sometimes you get some nice people that come into town that pay you a bunch of money for doing literally nothing.
Uh, that is a good point. Um, have you heard? Do you know of us? Have you heard of us yet?
Yeah, yeah, y'all been doing good work. I don't deal much with them goats, but I ain't complaining when one gets put on the spit at the town fair, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I just I just wanted to make sure so it didn't seem so weird that we come across just asking to help you.
Yeah, nah,
Um,
you're
but
good.
speaking of help, also over the table real quick, where is this stable? We all assumed it's up here, but is this it down here?
The stable is, let me find the stable. It is B14. It is over to the right. I'm sorry, over to the left. It's where my cursor is.
Ah, okay. Then this helps me point out down towards Dunquat.
Hmm.
I'll point down to where she's at. Hopefully she has begun walking to the stables. And yeah, we're offering help around here. And Miss Dunquat down there has asked us to help load up the stone as she makes her way to make payment to the merchants.
In that case, if you want to get yourself sat down over there on one of them straw bales, uh, I don't need it quite yet. Got to finish mucking out the stall, and then we'll be spreading it around. If you want to help with that, it's a lot of fun. It's like a little kid game. Uh, but if you want to just hang out for a bit, I gotta wait for that Mister Merkic to come and unlock the door. He brought his own nice padlock for it and stuff. They've been having some troubles. Yeah, I'm glad that they came to an agreement on how to get this all settled up. It gets me access to my carriage house again.
Oh, I see. Um, well, actually, we'll take a look at that. We'll Miss Dunquat is going to be keeping him occupied for a moment, so they're expecting us to bring the stone to them.
That's funny. Uh, y'all got a key?
Yeah, we do. And I'll just point back towards Jagan. I'm, I am alluding to the fact that he's so large, but also, hey, he might actually have the key.
Okay, so well, I mean, if you got Mister Merkic's key to get in there, by all means. But uh, yeah. Well, you have fun there.
Thanks, Darwin.
Alrighty.
As he goes back to mucking out the stall, um, without a test needed, using just your 3 renown and the fact that you are heroes, he's just like, "Oh, if you say you're helping with this, you're helping with this." Um, Tubert doesn't seem to mind you doing stuff, but, there isn't just easy access of him opening the carriage house for you.
Yeah, now we got to find a way to get in there. Uh, Jagan, Farron, you guys got something
Can I do a
here?
search to see if there's a back way, like a loft opening up above or something?
Yeah. You go ahead and you are going to pace around to the back end. And for the carriage house, there is not. For like a barn, there would have been, but this is a fully enclosed structure. There are a couple windows that are higher up that are like cross slatted on them, and then this like waxed paper that is used to like allow diffused light in, but try to be weather resistant a little bit. So you could possibly get up there, break your way through the paper and the slat to get in. But aside from that possible entryway, there is not a large opening up on the roof.
And that entryway doesn't help us getting through the door with the goods.
No, no, it does
Hmm.
not.
Can we
Jagan, you want
inspect the
to
lock?
rip this door off?
Can we inspect the lock?
Yeah, as you look at the lock, it looks like a fairly well-made lock. It is not rusted. It seems to be well oiled. This seems to be something that they have brought themselves. So this isn't like a podunk village lock. This is what they would be using wherever they went to. It's very much like a go to a new gym, rent a locker, and bring your own lock sort of situation. For how they've done it.
Um, what it? How's it locking the carriage house though? What's it attached to?
It is attached to chains. The chains are a bit dirtier and rusted, but they're still firm chains.
Okay. Um, we are right next to the blacksmith. Can I say, well, I guess he forgot to give me the key. I'll be right back. And then walk over to the blacksmith.
Okay, so you go over to Ashley. Ashley is back at home. They're inside. You see where like the outer forge is, and it's kind of gone cool since it hasn't been used all day. Um, as you hear just the minor conversations between Ashley and Violet inside.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
There is a moment of like a scuff of a chair on the ground. There's a little bit of a rush, and then you see Violet having come to the door. Oh, hello. Uh, what's going
Violet.
on?
Um, I just need to ask your mom if I can borrow a tool real quick.
Ma, a big strong man came to the door. Ashley walks up, slaps her on the back of the head. You be polite, you. Sorry about that. You said you need a tool.
Yeah, do you have anything that can cut a chain by chance?
Um, a cold chain.
Y- Yeah, just a chain that's kind of um wrapped, you'd secure a door with possibly.
Most of the stuff I do is hot cutting. I do have a hacksaw that might be able to do it. I don't know if it's fully up to it, but yeah, no. If she kind of goes over, she fumbles through a couple of things, and then pulls out a hacksaw.
Is there a crowbar too?
Uh, yeah, and as she goes and grabs that and gives you a crowbar,
Thanks.
you're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
I know this is a weird request, but I'll bring them back.
I mean, it's a simple request. Just I feel like I'm talking to my daughter here, but don't get yourself into too much trouble.
Oh, thanks. I'll try not to.
At which
We're
point,
just helping.
go ahead.
Uh, we're just helping a trade deal be um, recognized for the original agreement.
Violet
For the-
goes and like she goes to open her mouth to like just snark off, and Violet just kind of like grabs her by like the cheeks, like in that very much kind of like fish pucker, and like stops her from talking. Just because heroes get to do stuff doesn't mean you get to. Now turn around. We got stuff to do. As she ushers her child back inside, trying to not let whatever you're up to influence her child too much. I was not expecting the first favor you asked from Ashley would be for breaking and entering. This is great. So,
uh, we consider it enforcing a trade agreement, so I'm good with that.
yeah, however you want to consider it. As you are coming back, the party generally seeing the direction this is going, to quietly manage to break in without causing a lot of noises of like wrenching and splintering of wood and stuff. Um, you lot are likely going to want to distract Tubert in some way to see that you are getting in through not the agreed upon means. So this is likely going to be a two-phase process of distracting Tubert and then breaking in.
Yeah, I was thinking of on that. Um, he's sitting here mucking things. Um, perhaps we could get him. I could
I have an
convince
idea.
him to. Okay.
Actually, I could offer to help him with the mucking, and as I do so, I could start singing real loud so that the noise of what they're doing isn't heard easily.
Okay. Okay, that's one idea. I want to hear if Monkey has a second one to see if they can be added together in some way. But that is definitely like I've already established that like he can see the carriage house, but because he's mucking out of stall, like there is a little bit of disruption. He knows you're over there, so you're not trying to hide that you guys are over there. You're just trying to hide that you are hacksawing through the chains and things like that. So that is a good contextual idea. Monkey, do you have something else that could be a different idea or to add on to that kind of auditory distraction?
I was going to try to convince him to take a short little walk around the field here. I was going to attempt to regale him with some stories of my soldiering past, such like that. Just trying to get him moved away from the area to take a break. But it would be amazing if Faerun would take the opportunity to try to convince him to let him muck the stables, take a break while I take him around, maybe give him a bit of a ration or something to snack on while we go, something like that.
Actually, that can work. I can offer to take over for him while you walk him off with your little story. And while I'm mucking, I will still use the sing real loud option so that the noises aren't so obvious and people don't pick up on what's happening.
Okay. For this, I'm going to have Faerun be assisting with Chad's plan. So we will go for a roll to assist first from Faerun. Faerun, um, as you're trying to convince him, I would say that this is presence. Do you have any skills that you think you want to add into this presence test to assist?
Well, I have persuade as well, so
Okay, awesome. So with this, we will drop into a persuade, and we're going to make this a normal test for you. And then afterwards, when we go to Chad, yours is going to be a hard test because we have already established that like he has nothing better to do. He's got this work that has to be done. And he has already alluded to the fact that he's been paid a lot of money to basically do nothing. He's been paid a lot of money to keep an eye on what's going on with the stone. Um, so with that, Faerun, that is a tier 2, so that is neither going to help nor hinder, which is fine. So we will continue on to Chad, your persuade, and this will be hard.
Okay. Now, before I roll this, actually, no, I'll roll it first. Okay, so would you guys be okay with spending 2 hero tokens? Or no, that's okay. 1 hero token to reroll.
Mm-hmm.
2 hero
Yeah.
tokens.
Whatever that takes.
yeah, I mean we haven't actually used them for much of anything yet, so
We have not used
it
them
might
for
be
anything.
so yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So go ahead
Okay.
and spend those tokens. You can spend them on your own and then re-roll, as that's what hero tokens are for.
Okay, so it doesn't tell me the price here. It just says you can re-roll the result of a test. You must use the new result. So I'm assuming 1.
Yes. The only one that says 2 is for the recoveries. Everything else is 1. And you can only re-roll once, I believe. So you can't continue to spend them again and again and again.
Okie dokie. God. 15.
15.
Fail.
Okay. 15 is a tier 2 result. And that is a fail on a hard, you said?
I thought it was a 17 plus.
Yes. So for a hard test, 17 plus is needed for the success. A 12 to 16 is a fail, and 11 or lower is a fail with consequence. So as you are attempting to convince him, oh no, just let me tell you stories. Let me go off into, let's go off. Let's do this stuff. Fair rating can continue your work. He just kind of like looks to you. This is not failure with a consequence. So nothing horrible happens here. He's just kind of like, nah. Sorry, like I said, I got paid a lot of money just to make sure everything's going on good here. I know you're about to get the stones out. You got the key, all that. That's fine. I gotta make sure that they're not gonna come and try and take any of the money back. So I gotta once all the stone is gone and I don't gotta worry about it no more. I would love to hear your stories, but for now I just gotta make sure everything finishes up how it's supposed to be.
Over the table, um, I would just say to the party, if we're enforcing the a trade agreement, I think part of that would be enforcing that they don't try to take any money back from Turbin or Tubin or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think maybe I should come clean to this guy now and just, give him the honest truth and then offer protection for him as well?
Sure,
Okay, okay.
and we'll fix the
Listen,
door.
yeah. Listen, Tubert, I got to come clean with you. We don't have the key. The merchants do not know that we're here. We have learned that they are trying to renege on their deal. That with Miss Dunquat. They want more than what they agreed to. We are enforcing that by coming to get the stone and then taking Miss Dunquat to the inn to settle the payment. Um, because of this, we will also extend the offer of protecting the deal that was made for you as well. They will not take that money from you. Um, if they try, they're going to have to go through our dead bodies.
Uh, y'all are enforcing the deal. Uh,
We are.
I don't mean to be impolite. Uh, so please don't get angry. I'm just wondering if you're enforcing the deal, are y'all did y'all get like marshal's badges or something? Uh, or are you just hired hands doing this?
We're not hired. No, we do not have a marshal's badge. I was unaware that was a thing. We could go possibly do that. However, we're here now, and I don't think that's really an option at this point. So you can turn a blind eye, keep your money. We'll fix this door when we're done. Replace the chain, or you could take a nap.
This is the director asking, was that supposed to sound intimidating?
Hope not.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, was it? Well, okay. Yeah, no, it was meant to be, I guess.
Okay.
I wasn't threatening directly, but like, take a nap, go away, something.
Okay. Okay. That's why I ask you, the player, for your honesty as opposed to me trying to infer. Um, as you kind of place this all out at his feet, he kind of gets a little squirrely. He looks over to where Jagan is. Jagan, what do you do as he looks in your direction?
That's a wave with a big.
Ah, right. So if I were to not go to sleep, if I were to go and tell somebody what you were doing and then forcibly enforce an agreement that both sides no longer agree to. What would happen to me?
Uh, Nothing. You'll walk away, and by the time you get back, we'll be in the carriage room.
Uh, uh, right. So I'm gonna start walking that way real slow. And I gotta tell him what you're doing, but I'm not gonna walk that way real fast.
You know, I think that's a wonderful idea. Maybe take the roundabout way.
Oh, I can't do that, but I can walk pretty slow.
Hit it, Dragon.
Jagged, as I presume you begin to start sawing.
No, I was gonna try to not damage his door, but if he's gonna walk away, I'm just gonna take the pry bar and just wrench the one of the handles off that is closed around.
Okay, fantastic. Um, some people hate it when a game master does this. Are you comfortable with me just saying, "You're big, you're strong, you do it"?
I think I would be able to, yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. Some people really want to roll the dice. Like, why put my stats here if I don't get to roll and see the numbers succeed? But you just you take the pry bar and you just break off the handle that splinters down to the ground. As Tubert is making his way towards the feather bed inn, you lot get inside. You see where the giant stack of stone is, and you begin heaving the stone um piece by piece into the satchel, and the satchel, like very much like a basketball going through the netting of a basketball hoop, like the satchel is affected by the stones going in, but then it seems like it's passed on to some other place as it moves and then slacks, moves and then slacks. um by the time that Tubert is out of sight and into the building, you lot, working all together, have fully stacked up everything going on here. Um, what do you do as you finish stacking everything into this bag?
Um,
Make it.
I think we'd roll up the bag and then like I would hide it in on my person so that somebody couldn't see me carrying it.
Okay.
Oh, remember she wants to see the bag as we walk
I
into the
understand
inn.
that, but
Okay.
we're walking to the inn.
Okay, yeah. Let's head to the inn then.
So as you lot make your way to the Featherbed Inn, you have the magic satchel that Dunquat has been using. Dunquat has been told to kind of set up in this area to be ready to pay for when things are all said and done. Is there anything you guys want to make note of as you make your way into the Featherbed Inn?
Yeah, if we didn't encounter any troubles on the way there,
Mhm.
then I would pull the bag out so that she could see it when we walked in.
Fantastic. We will go ahead and just use our human NPC in here as Dunkwat, since I don't quickly see a Dunkwat token. As you make your way in, you see the dwarves taking up this kind of top corner of the room, where they're not always in the same area when you've been here, but they have generally been off to the side, speaking among themselves. Uh, there's definitely a few eyes that leer at Dunquat as she is here, and she has the chest of money that is available to make the payment, but she hasn't reapproached them. She doesn't have the bag that they want. So like there's this weird standoff of them both in the tavern, her clearly with the payment, but not reapproaching. As you lot make your way in and you see her, she looks to you. Oh, right. So you're back. Good, good. Is I I see you have my bag, so everything's taken care of.
Where's Tubert?
Tubert is also in here, and he's going to be up with them as well. He is a bit frantic. So for our citizens, we'll go ahead and grab an eager citizen. and pull him over by them as he has like informed them, and they seem now a bit perturbed at what Tubert has been telling them. Um,
Um,
as you lot come in, you have this overall scene. Do you want to take charge of the scene?
before we continue on that, I just want to confer something with the party and make sure we're all on the same page of how we're going to talk to the merchants. Like if we're coming in and we have the bag, I think part of the negotiation, because Chad, you're the face, I think, with the different persuasion stuffs. This one I think I could help with, like muscle might, like being the enforcer type of standing there. But I would say something in a negotiation factor of like they can accept the deal as is, and then they can continue to have a trade deal here, because the stone merchant will buy from them. Or if they don't want to accept the deal, we'll give them all the stone back and they can lug it all the way back where they want to go, but the bag is not up for option. That sort of thing.
I was going to, yeah, uh, I I was going to offer um to help them with something. I don't know, maybe as what's the word? Guards or something, or helping them go somewhere, or having them have us go get something or do something for them, something along those lines as the extra payment. Um, just to try to smooth things over a little bit. But overall, yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
was,
fine with you bringing that
the
up.
whole plan is to enforce it. I'm sorry, what?
I'm fine with you bringing that up as an after, but I don't want to offer them anything more than the deal, because that's what we're here to make sure they're honoring.
Okay, then I'll stick with the original deal. And yeah, I agree with you.
Unless Fabian has different opinion on it.
Actually, I would suggest we stick with the original deal and try to
'Cause I mean, part of it,
get them to go with the original deal. But at the same token, I don't think offering them help is a wise decision, because that's basically okay. Well, they tried to get this other thing adding to the deal. We're not letting them have that, but they're getting something more as well, getting help from us. So they're their shady business practices still getting them something extra. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
I mean, also, like, yeah, not offering anything extra, but the other part is um, just kind of, because in a negotiation they have their, what is it, things that they like and things that they don't. I don't remember the wording, um, or terminology for it,
Their
but
motivations and pitfalls.
yes. So I would guess as traders, one of their motivations is going to be, making money. And if they don't honor this deal, then one, they just won't get money right now. Two, they have to haul this stone somewhere else because she's just not going to pay for it. And three, they won't have any kind of repeat traffic and be able to get more money down the road.
I would suggest three, that if they don't like the deal, then we can go and convey to, once again, bringing up the alderman, convey to him their business practices, and they may not like the uh, the closed door policy that follows.
I wasn't saying 1, 2, 3 as options. I was saying all of those are going to happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Okay. Well, you guys have a idea of how you want to take this forward. You've had a bit of planning. Are you guys cool with entering the tavern now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
As you enter the tavern, there's the grinding of chairs and there are bared weapons as Yes, Tubert Cumming has clued them in to the fact that you lot have taken justice into your own hands. And as you step in, Murkic, actually, I should rearrange where these guys are. Why is Murkic off by himself? He is supposed to be protected, and the others are around him. In the corner, the kind of the lead merchant kind of calls out, "Are you the ones that went and stole my products?"
We have stolen nothing. We are bringing it here to finish the deal.
With that, the others bearing their weapons, stepping forward slightly, like very much in a blustering, we're gonna beat you up sort of way. And why shouldn't we just put this to the bone right now?
Well, we could fight. I'd rather not spill blood here. And I'm sure you guys would still like to make some money off of this. It'd be difficult to do so if we came to blows. We would like to keep your business here. Just we would like to keep the business on the up and up with the deals that you originally make.
Chad, because you guys let Tubert come here, this is supposed to start a tavern brawl the moment you walk in. But you're a tactician, and you have an ability that makes it easier for you to call for a negotiation when others still want violence. So, as opposed to just starting the combat, you get to make a presence test to try to begin a negotiation when they want to fight.
Okay.
So, we will go ahead and request roll from Chad. And presence, I assume you want to be using persuade, which very much makes sense.
Yes.
And then I don't have anything here for your special ability, but you can add in. Oh, cancel.
I actually adds edge to start a negotiation. So would
Nice.
that would be double edge because of the glamour and that.
That would be a double edge. So yeah, go ahead and make a roll, and you get a double edge, which means whatever tier success you get, we upgrade it by 1. So that is a tier 2 upgraded to a tier 3. As you make a quite good claim and you are coming in peacefully, Murkic says to the others, "All right, boys, let's hear him out. We want to be making this deal, and heroes of Broadhurst have come to try to see things through." And as he says that, you get this slight underpinning of you lot have gained enough renown, especially Chad, to the point where like if he doesn't have to fight you to get his way, maybe it's better not to fight the heroes of Broadhurst right now. So we will go into a negotiation. As you have already robbed him, we are going to start off with his patience lower than it normally would, but we're also going to increase his interest. So we're flopping -1 patience +1 interest as you lot are coming in. You have the upper hand. He is offended by what you've already done, but you are coming in with the authority of the heroes of Broadhurst, and that may sway into some of his needs.
Doesn't your little feature thing for negotiations increase their patience by 1?
Yes. If I'm at the
Nice.
presence at the start of negotiations, their patience should be increased by 1.
Awesome. Well, we will go ahead and pop that up.
And then there was something else in there. I can't remember the wording.
I gotta say, I really, really like that the tactician has so many features and stuff for doing face stuff. Like that's just not what I would expect from, the fighter type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different archetypes of the core classes as opposed to, oh, the paladin is the face fighter character. No, in this it's the censor, and they're there to just destroy evil. They're not necessarily there to talk things through.
I have a question, Josh.
Yeah.
For the negotiation, I do have a skill that could come into play, but being a new system, I'm not sure how this would work in this. I have the read person.
Yeah, so with that, we have already done a negotiation where you guys were mainly like appealing to motivations, making a general case, hitting a pitfall. Something else you can do in negotiations is uncover a motivation or pitfall. So you can take the floor and talk things through and like role play a bit. And if you're trying to figure out what these people very much like or what they don't like, as opposed to doing a role to try to increase their interest, you could do a role to try to figure out a motivation, which would make it easier for you to increase their interest, or discover a pitfall, which is something to avoid to not just auto lose credit.
Okay.
So yeah, the read person is really good for that. And then outside of negotiations, if you're just role playing with an NPC, that's really good for like, is this NPC just lying to me?
Right.
But yeah, in a
Um,
negotiation, that's really good for uncovering motivations or pitfalls.
right. Until we kind of get a better grasp of this, so I will hold on that. In other words, wait to see where if it applies to use it at that point instead of right now in the blind.
The love domain feature is when you're present at the start of a negotiation, one NPC of my choice has their patience increased by 1 to a maximum of 5, and then the first test made to influence them gains an edge. So
Fantastic.
if you're going to influence them first, you get an edge.
I have already increased that patience up, so now we are really, you guys are just net interest with how you've developed into the situation, which is not how this is supposed to go, but that's great. As Murkic kind of calls out, well then, let's hear him out. What you got to say?
Well, not much other than we would like to finish the deal that you initially came here for. Um, it's not really conducive to business to be changing deals once you've made them, and really strong arming the Mason here isn't good for return business, and we would really like to keep your business here.
Yeah, right. Strong arming ain't good for business, but it's going around, so it's coming around. Tell you what, we don't want to be strong arming you. How about we don't take any pay whatsoever for the stone and you just hand over that bag? Does that settle a bit better for you?
Unfortunately, the bag is off the table.
Unfortunately, that's the only thing we care about now. You see, we've got ourselves a little bit of a problem, and that bag is our solution.
The bag is worthless to them without the other components. So that's all over the table discussion in case Chad forgot.
But I'm sorry, the bag is worthless to them without the stone? Is that what you said?
No, without, because she told us there's a different artifact that's somewhere else, and like you have to have the other stuff and know how to use it.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
it is a two-part magic item, and you guys have part one, and part two is placed somewhere else to act as like the storage point for anything that goes in the bag. So you guys have only half of the magic item with you.
Okay. Well, the bag is not on the table for trade, so that's we're leaving that there. Um,
I was
and
just meaning you can appeal to the fact that it's worthless to them as it is.
understood. Well, okay. The bag isn't the bag is worthless to you at the moment. You can't use it. You couldn't use it at the moment. This isn't the full thing. However, what is this issue that you have that you so desperately need the thing that Miss Dunquat has?
We ran into a bit of trouble along the road. There used to be a old mage tower a bit outside this region, outside Broadhurst. An old relic, nothing going on. Well, it seems someone has put their attention on it again, and not all of our merchants made it to Broadhurst. Some of them were taken captive, and the individual inside says he won't give 'em back unless we bring him some magic doodads that he wants. We don't bring treasures, artifacts to him for whatever he needs in that tower. We don't get our compatriots back. This ain't about money. This ain't about stone. This is about taking care of those under me. So, if you want the original deal, if you want to just pay for the stone and not give up that treasure, you can go ahead and just go off and get my friends back safe and sound, and then we don't care nothing about that treasure, and we can just continue business as is. But I got my loyalties, and they're stacked up first.
Oh, he just hit on one of Chad's things. Can't leave people behind.
Yeah, we can. In this case, this is a little different than offering extra for their finagling. This is more. They're showing us that they actually need help. I have
I
no problem
mean,
with that.
just also the other merchants could be the leather merchants for the cobbler that we also need to take care of. And I mean, Jagan would have just been like, well, you could have led with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where Chad's at, and probably would go with Jagan on that. Should have led with that. We're literally the heroes here to do things, instead of trying to forcibly, get this bag from a customer of yours. You could have just asked. We don't. This is what we do.
Could have just asked. We've heard plenty of the other adventurers here asking for large sums of coin for relatively small tasks that the villagers here needed. A monster in the woods, some food going missing. And now you expected us to want to pay money for a whole bunch of our kinsmen being taken hostage in a mage tower. That would have been an even more exorbitant fee than even what Dunquat was paying for this stone.
Sir,
Well,
I think you misunderstood him saying we're heroes. We're not adventurers trying to make money off of people.
exactly what he said. This is just what we do.
Jagan, go ahead and make a presence with an edge.
Did you say Jagan?
I said Jagan. I say that. I can also just ask you to make it. And we will be appealing to a motivation. We have Jagan, and you're going to get an edge on this. I cannot do that here, but that's fine. Do you have a interpersonal skill that you think would be applying?
No, unless they're considered animals.
They are not considered animals, but that's hilarious. So go ahead and make the roll, and we'll get a +2 on whatever you roll.
You said with an edge, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I forget that you guys have a little option to add an edge on your end that I can't see.
I would be okay with you using a hero token to reroll that.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and spend your hero token and then reroll. That's hilarious.
Oh God.
That's hilarious. Okay, so that is going to decrease the patience by 1. It doesn't affect the interest because you are appealing to a motivation. You are appealing to something that they already care about. So you haven't increased their interest in, like, they're not making a new offer. They're not like, oh yeah, in that case, we'll also do this. They're just like, you are agreeing to, like, the situation. So essentially, their negotiation timer is going down. So in roleplay, what you get back is, all right, Well, if that's the case,
Oh,
heroes, would you please
question.
save our friends from the tower?
Sorry, that was the first roll to influence them, was it not?
Oh, yeah. So that would have been a double edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as opposed to
The
patience
first
going
one was
down by 1, the interest will also increase.
so I wouldn't have need to re-roll because the first one would have been a um tier 2.
If you did reroll, which we did do, it's your choice how you want to play this out. That would then take us to a tier 3. So do you want to get the hero token back and leave it at a tier 2? Or do you want to spend the hero token and be at a tier 3?
Let's do that.
Awesome. So interest goes
If
up,
that's
patience is not
available.
affected. Well, you really are just a whole bunch of do-gooders, aren't you? Out to save the world.
Well, we have our reasons, but yes. So here's what I propose. We take the stones and the money to the marshal or alderman, let them know what the deal is, leave it with them, and then we head to the mage tower to collect your friends.
The eyes of Merkit kind of narrow. I got a better deal for you. I see that you're willing to actually do this. You're putting your reputation on the line with all the other villagers here watching this happen. I'll honor the original agreement. Give the stone to Dunquat now, take the payment. If you're real heroes, you'll live up to your end whether we pay or not. So we'll just pay.
Go just pay. We're not asking for payment.
No, with
The
Dunquat,
stones.
the
Oh,
original
oh,
agreement.
oh, oh. In that case, Miss Dunquat, would you like to conclude your business?
She looks to you. Well, aren't you all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and negotiating with them? Should have come to you a long time ago. With that, the final payment is dished out. She hands over the chest. You can easily give her back her satchel as she already technically owns the stone. It's already where she wants it to be based off of how this played out. Um, is there anything you want to bring up as this plays out?
Um,
No, I don't have
I
anything.
I would just say I think Jacken would have made sure that she did indeed pay them, and they looked at the chest and verified that the money was there before I handed her the bag.
Cool, cool. Awesome. That fully goes through and everyone is happy. Like you have assured to the point where there isn't going to be an angry take back situation of but you said. Like you ensure that everything is legit. People shake hands and then you hand over the bag and Dunquat can walk away. Fantastic. With that, are you guys cool to leave this negotiation here?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to ask one thing on the negotiation part. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't set a timeline yet, but we will be doing it.
Correct.
Like, it might not be right now. We're not going to set out right now, but we are definitely going to be doing it.
Correct. So with that, I would say based off of how everything's played out, they have a decent amount of patience remaining. And without you guys trying to over bargain and stuff, with the excess patience, as you say, hey, we've got stuff to do. We will get to this. It may not be immediately. They are more than happy to accept that as part of the situation. And with that,
Okay.
y'all are going to get a
I,
victory.
I'm good to do it after I do a respite. So,
Yeah.
I figured that's where you were going.
Okay.
Okay.
So that'll end the negotiation as Dunquat has gotten her stone. They have accepted the original agreement. You are now aware of the issue at the Mage Tower, and y'all are up to 5 victories. So
Ooh.
with that, some of the other individuals look around. Tubert kind of like waves at you as he walks by. That went so much better than I thought it would. Uh, Thank you for doing it peacefully.
We'll fix your door.
All right. Good. Thanks for that. Okay. Is there anything else any of you want from this scene in the Featherbed Inn?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. In that case,
Um,
we'll go to the regional map, and you guys can decide what you want to do next.
for Jagan, the first thing he would do is go return the tools that he borrowed.
Yes, and Ashley, like, as she kind of takes them back. All right. So, some stuff happened across the way. Then you walked out to the inn, and then you came back. Is everything good?
Yeah, um the merchants just apparently there's some trouble at that mage tower that's a ways away, and some of their friend merchants got captured at that mage tower, so they were trying to bring a magic trinket back to get their friends released. And um, well, the mason had a magic trinket that they thought would work, and we told them it probably wouldn't, and we'll take care of their friends at the mage tower.
All right. Well, y- aren't you just a whole bunch of saviors? How many people are you gonna save in a single day?
As many as it takes.
Well, Broadhurst is lucky to have folk like you. Um, I hope you know when I offered if there's any work you needed that it went a bit beyond just borrowing a tool or two, right?
Oh, I appreciate that, and I think we'll definitely have to come to you for some stuff in the future. But right there, that was all I needed.
All right. Well, okay. Just wanted to make sure that you weren't thinking that I was cheap or anything. Does anyone else have any leads they wish to follow? At this point, it's later afternoon. 6 p.m. ish.
So you guys want to take a respite?
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of other people that need help, but I don't want to bite off more than we can chew. So, yeah, I'm for the respite myself.
I mean, uh, uh, a respite would be great, but also if we started an encounter with me having 5 heroic resources.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the temptation. We have said that Jagan had already drinking his health potion, not telling you how to play the game. But if other characters have health potions and you feel it'd be good to just give them to Jagan, that way, like if bad stuff happened in the encounter, he could use them. There's all for having them spread out across the party, but if everyone really wants to try and use those 5 victories in a big encounter, and you're worried about one player not having a lot of recoveries, that is a way to offset it, is just hand the potions over.
I believe we all used our potions,
Oh,
unfortunately.
well, in that case,
No, I still got mine.
Okay. Um, okay, well, how would you guys feel about going and beating up a beastie in the woods?
I think if we're beating up a beast in the woods, I would hope that it wouldn't, be too much of a sustained 3 or 4 encounters like we were with the Delian Tomb. um, like in the tomb itself with all the goblins. So if that's the case, then I would be fine with doing that.
I have a sneaking suspicion that a part of that may be a montage. So that's what I was hoping for. maybe a montage into a fight. But yeah, I want to check that out.
Uh, Woodcutter's down here, so
Okay, you want to go down to the woodcutter?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you lot head outside of town, heading down the River Dun, going to um, quite a ways away, you are going to find a small shack that sits at the edge of town. Many of the trees nearby have been reduced down to stumps, as makes sense. And two men who look similar, one middle aged and the other youthful, kind of patrol around the house, each holding a woodcutter's axe. As you make your approach, they're a bit further outside of town, so they may have heard whispers of who you are, but they haven't seen you traipsing through town a whole lot since they're kind of out into the side. So if one of you wants to takes the lead on this scene, you can kind of control how you approach and how they interact with you.
I have done the majority of the talking. If somebody else would like to do this,
I have a -1 presence, so Farron, go for it.
Alrighty. Well, I kind of call out, "Hello, anybody home?"
There's a slow movement of them kind of convening in your direction. As they move closer, you see that they are both kind of thin and pale. It looks like they haven't eaten much or slept much in the last few weeks. As you call out the hello, the older one looks to you. Hail and well met. Can we help you?
Actually, we're here to see if we can help you. We heard that there is a bit of a local problem you're having to deal with.
Ah, all right. Uh, well, we've certainly heard of the group walking about with the Hakan among them. I'm Vaughn, and this is my son, Percival. Um, yeah, there's a bit you could help with. I've been I've been going a bit deeper into the forest as of late. See these trees around the edge? They're all young. They won't make for good boards until they're older, so got to go deeper in. But last time I went in, it was weeks ago now. I found some trouble. I was traveling up the Dun River. If I fell a tree, I can float it back down to town. Well, eventually, as I'm going up in the north, I found a camp. Now, I ain't a fool, so I approach quiet like. I I'm friendly. I hope you think so, but the Saints know that these folks might not be, and they weren't. Gods, I heard them talk of murdering and robbing. Called themselves the Forsaken Wraiths. They did, planning to steal from this town. I heard it, so I came back, quick and quiet. I'm glad to have my life. I told the Reeve, but so far as she's managed, she hasn't done anything. She's only one person, I understand that, and the rest of us are just regular folk, so don't know much what to do. But me and Percival here, as he kind of grabs his son's shoulder, we've been out patrolling to protect our place. Can't do much for the entire town, but we can certainly make certain if the Reeve don't got solutions to deal with these bandits calling themselves Wraithen folk, that we can at least protect our own. I ain't been back into the woods since. Run out of the woods and ain't been paid, so ain't going back. Now, unfortunately, that means we ain't making much money, and we just got a little bit of grain left in the cupboard. It's getting a bit rough. So please, if you could go find those bandits and drive them out of the woods, I could get some rest and I could get back to work and be able to better feed my son and myself.
Well, we certainly can see what we can do about that. If you could point us in the direction we need to head, we'll get on it. See if we can't solve this for you.
Yeah. So you're gonna go way past the town, and just as you're getting up near the mountains, you'll be able to find a small clearing. There's a lake in the wood, and their camp is built on the island in the lake. And as you continue to figure out what you want to do, I will find that to put it on your map.
I also
Um,
have an issue going on with my character, so when you get a moment.
Yeah, what's the issue with your character?
For some reason, there's this two thing. It's like a push or something, or it actually says walking altitude or something.
Yeah, so you are higher. So there is some elevation to this map as you look at the
Oh, okay,
movement of the
okay,
lines. So you are
right.
higher on the map than your companions. You are two higher.
Okay. Also, I went to move him, and when I did, I got a couple damage and then wound up prone and invisible. I know I
Ah,
can remove the effects, but so like I said, I got the couple damage.
well, you can just heal the damage back up, and that's likely from yep, that's from going up and down on the elevation. So go ahead and heal back your 6 health. We can get rid of the prone as that seems like something that shouldn't be on this overworld map. Maybe don't move your tokens on this overworld map unless you need to. As the elevation here is damaging for no reason.
Um,
I was wondering
I
what
think
the
it's
heck was
just the
going on.
alt, the alt up and alt down.
um, I thought we were going to go fight a beast in the woods.
Yeah, you
I
said
look
the
at the
center of the
thing
map is the bandits.
in
The woods is the carpenter.
Carpenter. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys went to the woodcutter, you talked with the woodcutter, he's asked you to help, and you can now just walk away and go walk to the carpenter.
I mean, we're going to help them, but we can walk to the carpenter along the way because apparently it's back along on the other side of town, to
Yeah,
the
it's on the
north of
other
it.
side of town.
Oh, we got to go there anyway. Cool.
Yeah. Um, it's alt down and alt up is what is supposed to get is like the shortcut. So if alt um is your push to talk, then it could be that you had hit alt and up at the same time.
I didn't do anything with it other than for talking. If you were talking to me, that is.
Yeah, I was just saying that's the shortcut. But Josh, did you mark out where that lake is?
I have not found that yet. I will do so real quickly. We will show the fort. There you go. So it's way up to the north. It's up there. So on the way back, if you want, you can stop by and speak to the carpenter. That is someone you may want to talk to. Or you guys were hovering over where the charcoal burner is. There's plenty of people to talk with. So who do you want to go and talk with?
I think the carpenter's the one on the way, and then also that the mayor guy's here.
The Reeve, yes. You
Yeah.
guys have used many words for the Reeve, alderman and stuff. Like they have every title they could possibly have. Um, so yeah, you guys could go down to the Reeve. You could go up to the Carpenter. Where do you want to go?
Um, what time is it in the after? We're
By the
evening
time
time
you
now.
got out to the woodcutters, it's probably closer to like 7:30. So you're getting a bit later in the day.
Okay. I mean, calling on the carpenter a little bit late would probably be um, a little rude, but we might be able to
Yeah.
call on Eve because we're a lot closer. Um,
Um, we could, well, we could just go hit these bandits while we're at night. Probably leave these guys alone. Go
well,
in the morning.
the reason I was saying is if we go talk to the Reeve first, his whole thing is about um, something's being stolen of the foodstuffs that are around town, and now we know there's bandits to the north. They might be
Ah,
stealing the foodstuffs. Like it seems like a few of these are interconnected. Like we just solved the Masons problem, but their problem was that their colleagues have been captured at this mage tower who are merchants, and they could be the leather merchants for the cobbler. It's like things seem related.
I like it. Yeah, let's go see. Let's go see the reef.
Okay. So as you approach the Reeves home, the Reeves home is kind of this smaller estate outside of the rest of Broadhurst proper. The building is slightly raised up on stilts to give an air of authority, but it's still only like a single level small home. It's more something for like whoever happens to get the title to feel like, they're important. But there's not too much other accolades to it. Um, as you approach, you do see that there is a dim light coming from beyond the shades of the windows inside, as they do appear to be home. Um, with a gentle knock on the door, you do hear a brief like, "Right, 1 minute." And then after a moment, the door opens as you see a woman there. She looks overworked, overstressed. She is she wears slightly nicer clothing, but nothing too outside of what the rest of the villagers wear. She is clearly not a noble of any regard. And as she kind of sees you, uh, right, I'm Reeve Rosamond at your service. What can I do for you?
Who wants to take this? I mean, I can go, or somebody else can take.
It's fine. You can continue on.
All right. Sorry to disturb you, ma'am. We had some questions, and seeing that this is the Reeves house, we thought you might help us with some of our questions.
Yeah, I'll do what I can. Just she kind of like snaps her fingers. What can I do to help?
Okay. Over the table? What were you guys wanting to find out exactly from her?
Well,
Uh,
I mean, as we were walking up, I would have said we should probably apologize for calling on her so late.
Which I did.
Okay. And then like yeah, if we're doing that, just we tell her that we talked to the woodcutter and he said there's bandits north of town. We heard that you're having problems with stealing in town, so they might be related. That sort of thing. And we probably should have come to her sooner because, heroes coming into the town that she's overseeing. Uh, just to introduce ourselves. That's what
Okay.
that we should talk to her about.
Okay. We got some information from the woodcutter that there's some bandits north of town, and we also hear that there's a lot of theft of food and other items that we believe it's related. We don't know if you have any more information on regarding this.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. No, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I've asked the Gilded Hand folks, but we simply can't afford them. Now, I can pay. I've been in contact with Lord Kenway. He, Lord of Dulrath. I've got money to pay, just maybe not what extortionists want to charge. Um, In terms of what's being taken, I don't know much about that. I've been trying to deal with some other stuff. If you talk to folks about town, they all know what they're missing, sorts of stuff. But if you've already talked to some of them and they know where bandits are, by all means, chase them out, get rid of them, whatever it takes. Bring proof that the food's no longer going to be stolen. I'll get you paid for it. But I don't have time to be chasing down every little lead. That's that. Hopefully, that's what you can do for me. I don't mean to be curt about it. There's just a lot going on. So you're deputized. Deal with the bandits, and you'll get paid for it.
You had also mentioned that there's some other stuff you're dealing with. Is there other problems you have?
Uh, yes, yes, there are. But I've heard some good stuff about you. Uh, maybe deal with this, and then we can get on to that other task. Um, your saviors, I very much appreciate what you've done for the town already. But if I'm dealing with this right now, if you could deal with the food stuff going missing, go to the granary, go to the smokehouse, figure out what details you can get from them, do your investigations, and then if you can solve that problem for me, maybe I can get some bigger fish for you.
Alrighty, I believe we can help you out. Thank you for your time, and we shall leave you to your evening.
Thank you. And
Before
go ahead.
I was gonna say before we like walk away or say our goodbyes here, Chad would just jump in with the only payment that we accept is a warm bed and some stew.
That's really kind of you. She takes a step back. She opens the door, and as she does so, you see that this is a one-room abode, even if it is for the Reeve. The bed is unmade. There's parchment everywhere. There's like piles of stuff. The only thing I do here is try to facilitate from the greater regional and Broadhurst. I've got money. I've got forms. I've got a whole lot of paperwork to do. If the only thing that you're here for is a warm bed, you've already earned it with what you've done. Deal with the bandits. I'll pay you for it. If I find something in the stack of documentation and doctrines and writs that I could use you for, I'd be happy to. But I'm not in the way of getting debts in over my head. I I hope you understand where I am. I am a small time bureaucrat. There's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to deal with, and I don't need a debt of anything like that hanging over me. Capiche?
Understood. I think what my friend was really truly getting at was we're not in this for the money either. We're just do what we can do to help. So with that, I think we can say goodnight and we'll take our leave.
Yeah. I thank you for the goodwill. It's just not something that comes by a whole awful lot out here. So please forgive me if I'm a bit hesitant to just take things on goodwill.
Alrighty. Uh, with that, I assume we over the table. Anybody else we want to talk to, guys, or
I don't have anybody. I kind of want to punch something.
yeah, well,
The
the thing is she mentioned we could talk to the multiple different, the mill and other places for what they're missing, but I think we're gonna find whatever there is left there, and we can just bring it back, provided we survive, of course.
Yeah, you lot have
Oh, we'll
gone to a lot of
survive.
the situations where we're not punching something. Would you like me to cater you in a direction of getting to punch something?
Yes.
Do any of our other players have an issue with being catered in the direction of getting to punch something?
I mean, I figured you were just going to tell us to go punch some bandits or go find the beast in the woods, but yes, I'm good.
So,
Also,
yeah, if you go after the bandits, there will be the opportunity to fight stuff. It's not guaranteed. You could go more slinky ways of doing it, but if you go to the bandits, there will be things to punch. If you want to save the bandits for more slinky stuff later, if you go speak with the weird old guy Orson, his plot hook quickly gets you to getting to punch stuff. So either way, there's stuff to punch, but those are two ways where you can definitely go punch something.
well, my only question would be, Jagan, do you believe you are good to go, or do you need that respite? I mean, it doesn't sound like a single beast. It sounds like a group of bandits. So,
Well, the group of bandits, yeah, but also, I mean, there's just going to be a group of them, and it's going to be, I would guess, probably the encounter. Um, could be wrong on that, but I, after reading the Orson thing again, um, I think that the thing to punch is going to be him. Uh, and then, yeah. So, but I'm good with wherever you guys want to go. I mean, we can, as it's getting to nightfall, as Chad said, go to the bandits, possibly catch them while they're sleeping, and subdue them heroically. But I mean, Orson's on the way to the bandits, so well, not really, because we'd have to go across the river.
What y'all want to do?
I'm now interested in this Orson fella because that seems strange. Let's just walk over there.
Okay, so you lots head up towards Orson. Yeah, eventually you have to cross the river if you're gonna go to the bandits. But at this point, going different places, it's gonna be like 8:30 by the time you get up to the charcoal burners. So you figure like, hey, let's wait for more information for other stuff. We may need more time than um, a little bit to deal with an entire bandit camp. So you head off to the charcoal burner. The sun is falling down through the horizon on the other side of the mountains as you approach, and you find this small hut that stands near a large mound of dirt and moss that has a wide opening at the top, releasing smoke. A ladder leans against the mound, and atop it sits an old man who's looking into the smoke and smiling. He is covered in soot, as he is essentially just turning random timber, broken branches, cut offs, just all this random wood into charcoal briquettes in this moss covered oven. On the approach, as he is like backlit by the sun going down on the other side of the mountain, he looks to you. Ah, folks. Ah, you've come. Ah, the message has been given to you, and you have followed it to me. Fantastic. I need your help. There's a big bug in the forest. Big bug. Huge. I was out there gathering wood. Old Vaughn refuses to search for wood. You may have spoken with Old Vaughn. He says it is dangerous. And he's right. So very correcto. But I didn't know that then. No. Not days ago, when I was out searching for my own stuff to burn, he looks down into his oven. I brought my axe and everything. Shiny. Anyways, your pal Orson here, he points to himself. Orson is wandering the woods for wood, woods for wood, when all of a sudden, a big bug jumps up out of the ground, chasing me, trying to eat me, and spitting burning goop. I barely got away, but Mr. Meanbug, he took my necklace. Oh, it's a beauty of a thing, big and brass. It looks like the Skyfire. I thought it was lost, but then I just heard from the Ellery's farm that something strange happened over there. Something jumping up out of the ground, eating her pigs. She doesn't trust the Reeve, but you go asking and you might find the bug and squash it. And get my necklace. If you get it back, I'd be so grateful. Heroes of Broadhurst saving Violet. Now you can save something more important. You can get me back my necklace.
Well, okay. You speak to a farmer, you said?
The Ellery's farm, yes. They had some of their pigs eaten by very likely the same thing as me. I wasn't eaten, I escaped.
Okay. Where about in these woods were you when you were nearly eaten and lost your necklace?
That's a good question. I was in, I think, the northern Silverwood, yes.
Northern, that's up here with the near the Delian Tomb?
You know of the Delian Tomb. A bit farther to the west of that. But yes, I was out up in there, yes.
Okay. And this farm. Which direction is this farm? Which house is it?
Oh, it's just over there, as he points off to where one of the more northern farms are. Kind of up in this region.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, and this necklace of yours. Um, it we'll return it. Is there gonna be is it going to impart anything onto the bug that may make it a little more difficult to get it?
Ah, it's going to make it look fancy. That's if it's wearing it. It might have eaten it. At which point its stool will look fancy.
Okay, so it's not enchanted.
Huh? Why would it be?
You know, in my time, I've found that men with demeanor such as yourself tend to have some odd things.
Ah, you think Orson's
So I
odd?
got to be careful. No, no, I said you have odd things.
Ah, so when I get my necklace back, then Orson will be odd.
Hmm, I guess I guess that would transfer potentially. Maybe. But it's not enchanted, correct? We'll get it. Chad is a
Ah,
little flustered with just how weird this guy is.
good, good. Well, like I said, you saved Violet, you saved the goats. Now your greatest quest yet. Fight a big bug and get back my necklace.
All right. Jagan, Farron, do you have any questions for this fella?
Nope. I say let's go find this bug.
Agreed. Onward to victory.
Fantastic. So as you lot leave old Orson and his weird request for you, you make your way to one of those northern farms he has pointed out as the old Ellery farm. And as you make your way over there, you see an exhausted woman kind of poking at a half-eaten pig carcass with a stick. She drops the stick to toss a severed pig head into a roaring bonfire. The torn up pasture contains many holes and furrows, and the place is littered with partially eaten pigs. Many of the pigs' remains have wounds with like missing skin that are dissolved down to the bone. Uh, as you make the approach, Ellery, she kind of looks across the place and looks kind of over to you. My gods, it was like nothing I ever seen. I've been telling that Reeve I heard rumblings, and she doesn't do anything.
Uh, I see you have a bit of a problem here. What can you tell me about these things that are eating your pigs? Have you seen them? And which direction they come from?
Well, it was in the night. The rumble got loud, and the pigs started squealing. I looked out the door. I saw the biggest bug I ever saw. Huge jaws spitting something that burned. After that thing filled its belly on half of my pigs and left the other half where they were, it dug into the ground, leaving that tunnel over there. I'm worried it might come back.
A tunnel, you say? Before we move too far, I feel like I've gotten a good bit of information on what this bug is, its physical characteristics, and now that I am seeing its handiwork, I would like to make a monster's lore check to see if I can identify this one.
Yes, so this is going to be a reason, and you can add monster to that definitely. And so, yeah, go to make a monster reason test.
Okay, that's going to be a +4 to that.
Can I do
Okay, before I
intuition monsters to assist?
Um, I would
Kind of know
say
that.
if you want to assist, I would still say it has to be a reason.
Okay. Then I will not assist because that's -1.
So that would be a +2 for the monster skill. So 16.
16, a tier 2 result. You are familiar that this creature is called an eryx. It is a subterranean insect the size of a horse that pops out of the ground to devour its victims. You are aware that eryx breathe fire. An eryx is a completely IP friendly, not an ankeg.
All right.
So yeah,
I don't
fire
think
breathing
Jagged's
eryx.
okay. I don't think Jagan's going to be able to fit through this hole.
Jagan will be able to fit
So,
through the hole. It is a massive hole.
oh, do you guys want to go spelunking?
Yep, we can do that, and yeah, I can see why it would actually work for Jagan because it. He just said it was as big as a horse, the creature. So
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to call out before heading into the hole?
Um,
Nope.
Jagan, did you have
yeah, I'm good.
something?
No, I was just thinking, but yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well, with that, we're going to go into a montage test. So, as you lot descend down into this pit, you are going to find that the fissure by the farmhouse lawn leads into a tunnel, supposedly created by this Eric's. And as you go, you are going to find that this tunnel is filled with dangers. You are going to need to find your way through this intersecting massive passageways where this thing seems to have been going all through the ground, popping up, eating, going down, wiggling around. So you're going to have to navigate through this massive passageways to find this creature, likely back at its lair. Um, so there's that. Additionally, the tunnels are unstable. They're lined with pools of wide pools of acid, weakened floors that might collapse, passages that might collapse. There are sections with stinging insects that either follow this creature or it is just burrowed through, like wasps' nests and giant ant farms and things. And so those are all the different types of challenges you will have to deal with in this montage test. I have popped up for you lot to see quite a bit of information here. So montage tests do go for 2 rounds. Each of you will get to act once during these rounds, and you need to gain a number of successes before you gain that many failures. You lot may act in any order, and you may go after whatever tasks you feel you need to. And specifically, the finding the correct tunnels task, that can actually be completed twice. You'll want to use, a different character, different test to do so. But you guys could do find the correct tunnels twice. And then there'll be the avoiding the acid pits, the weakened floors and walls, the collapsing passages, all those different things that you can deal with. Would somebody like to take the lead and begin this montage test?
I could take point in unless anybody has an objection.
I have navigate as an exploration skill, and I also have nature as a lore. So, but then also I have lift as an exploration skill. So if things are heavy, we can move them, that sort of stuff. So,
And
Okay.
not everything here is going to be exploration skills. There might be subterfuge skills or other things that might come up. So it's feel free and look outside of that as well.
Well,
Faye,
I was going to start with search to try to find our correct path.
yeah, you can definitely start with a search. So this is going to be probably a reason search for you, as you are trying to deduce through minor clues through these passageways of which of these were just intersecting, winding back and forths, and based off of how these things interconnect, what is going to be the ones that actually go back towards the lair. So we'll go ahead and have you do a search reason test. Okay, so you are going to succeed with a consequence. So as you are going through, you are definitely finding a path forward. We will go ahead and give you a success. However, doing so is going to be a bit confusing for your companions. So you guys can do the find the correct path a second time. However, we're going to put a bane on doing it the second time. Since you haven't found the correct tunnel, the best way. You have kind of done that walking through Paris, going down dead ends, looping back on themselves. So while you guys can do this challenge again, it's slightly more difficult with how you have done it the first time. So that is our first success.
I lost that pop up. Could you throw that back up?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have it.
I will stop presenting to players and I will re-present to players. You may need to reload. While you're
I
doing
think so.
that, we can have someone else do their task.
Is it supposed to be blanked out on a bunch of parts?
Yes, yeah. So I can deliberately choose what I want to reveal to you. So there's probably a lot at the top that you don't get to see. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to see like your characters and then some like the examples of the tests you can do at the bottom.
Okay, I got it back.
Uh, well, I would probably do uh, holding up closing passages while others pass.
Fantastic.
Endurance or lift. I have both.
Awesome. Well, we'll just give that to you and you can roll. As
Uh,
you are the buttress, almost acting as like an additional of moving fortification through these tunnels.
let's see if the dice hate me again. They hate me again. Uh, yeah.
Okay, so that is a success with a consequence. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that with that success, there are times where like you barely get to a collapsing passage by the time it's about to fall in, and you just have to wedge yourself in there. You take the brunt on the shoulder. So you are going to take a d6 damage. You're going to take 5 points of damage throughout this process as you are using your body to block the collapse of tunnels. But that does count as a success. Chad, you are the last one to go in this first round, and you guys already have 2 successes and 0 failures.
Yeah. Well then, let us go with noticing weakened floors and walls with alertness. Uh, I I rolled and then it popped up again.
You rolled a 21, so
It just popped up for you.
Okay. Yeah,
More than
that's
likely, both visual glitches.
I also muted myself at some point, so I was just speaking to nobody. So that is a tier 3 success with the 21. That is your third success as you're going. So you guys have, even if it's a bit roundabout, you have found the correct tunnels. As you go, while you're still kind of near the surface of the ground, you have Jagan holding up things that are possibly collapsing in where weakened roofs are falling down. As you continue on, you actually get a bit deeper in the ground as there is now multiple layers of woven tunnels stacking over each other, and some areas that could fall down beneath. That Chad, you are making sure that like you guys aren't ending up further beneath the ground than you intend to. And slowly, as you move forward, the passage begins to widen out as you begin to smell the scent of rotting meat. And if you give me a moment, I will move us to our Eric's lair.
Fabulous.
No, because we got 3 successes. It didn't go to a second round.
Yeah, you got the number of successes you needed, and because that was a total success, y'all also got another victory.
Can we close the montage page then?
Yes, you can.
Now you're going to start with 6 heroic resources, Chad.
Now he's gonna start with 8. Like when it hits his turn, he'll be at 8.
Do we not all have the same amount of victories?
So you start with 6, but at the start of his turn, he gets 2 automatically for starting his turn.
Oh,
Where you have to roll for it and play the prayer gambling. He just knows at the start of his turn he gets another 2.
okay. I was moving 6 to begin with.
Yeah.
For everybody. Yeah.
So I have moved you all to our Eric's Lair map. As I double check one thing, I will show token vision. Yeah, you guys, you begin to see where it opens up. And you begin to smell that rotting meat. You actually see over to the side, some of you, where there are like these giant half-eaten animals and like bony rib cages and the antlers of elk and stuff that are plastered into the walls of this area, where it seems that this Eric's is not overly concerned with eating everything that it hunts, and it more so eats what it wants, squirrels it away, and then doesn't finish it and just continues to find something else. So not only do you see it there, but there will be other areas throughout its lair that are littered with bones and these half-eaten corpses. And you lot can hear up ahead this kind of it still eating one of its meals. You have not disturbed it yet.
Well, I may want to lead the charge here, Faerun, just so you guys don't get hit.
Okay.
I can't. I'm not sneaky, so I'm not sneaking up.
Okay.
I am drawing sword and board and just walking up.
Okay. With that, if you're not sneaking, you just move right up there. That's great. I'm gonna go ahead and we will look for. Yeah. So you guys can go anywhere around Chad, and I'm gonna roll a d3 and see how many more squares, Chad, you can move before it notices you. I will make it a d6. It's distracted. 1. Chad, you may move 1 more square before this thing will notice you. Okay.
I have been noticed.
So with that, you guys can move up to where Chad is, but no further. And then that'll be the start of the combat as this thing kind of looks up over to you, squeals, and is taken slightly by surprise. This thing is not necessarily visible in the lair when you guys approach, but because you have managed to get here quickly and effectively, you have caught it while it's still actively in its lair. So we will go ahead and close this, and we will draw steel. This will be a roll for draw steel since you did not sneak up mechanically. So Chad, go ahead and make your roll. Heroes get to go first. So
I'm just going to say, since I start with 6, I think it'd be beneficial for me to go first, because I can do the temporary stamina stuff.
Okay.
Works
You
for
good with
me.
that, Aaron? Okay. But, did somebody claim it?
Nobody's claimed it yet, so you can click on your
It just
token.
Oh, it says it's. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know which hero's turn it is, but it says it's your turn.
Oh, for whatever reason, I accidentally claimed the Eric's turn. I did not mean to do that. I am sorry.
Okay, there we go. Did not pray this time.
Maybe don't be risky with possibly taking damage on praying when you have no
Yeah.
recoveries. So
Yeah, 5. Oh. How do I make this ability go?
there may be a little confirm at the bottom of the screen.
I'm not seeing it.
Maybe restart.
Oh, click to confirm. There we go.
There you go. So as you have chanted out, there's this light that forms as you are giving temporary hit points to all your companions. And you are also calling down the thunder for a double heroic ability turn.
That'll do it.
Dude.
And click to call the thunder down. Am I able to move them? Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go.
Okay. As they don't go back as far as you wanted, as they do have some stability as well. As what does this entire turn look like for you, Jagan?
Well, Jagan's like, I'm tired. We need some protection, and we're just gonna get this done with it. Call that thunder down, and a big old clap hits that Artrix, moves back.
Okay, as this creature takes, let's see if I can do this. I have a trigger called Skitter. The Eric's halves damage and shifts up to 3 squares. That might be something that I was supposed to click before you confirmed. That's fine. We'll heal back just a little bit of its health. And then it will also shift 3 closer. So as you hit the thunder down, this thing turns over itself, but its multitudinous legs grab onto the earth and begin pulling it back towards you. At the end of your turn, I am going to activate a villain action. So as a reminder, sometimes my monsters have villain actions. They may, when they have villain actions, they have 3 of them. They may only activate a particular villain action once, and they may activate it at the end of another creature's turn. So as this thing skitters back close to you, we will use its villain action for its acid spew. So we are going to do a line of acid across all of you. As I said, it breathes fire. That was a consequence for getting a tier 2 result instead of a tier 3. This is very much an acid breathing Ankeg. So, does anyone have any abilities they want to trigger before I accept my results?
I
I am
actually
parrying.
just and I just clicked on my trigger, which was resist unnatural.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm parrying for Jagan and shifting towards the Eric's.
Lovely. As you are getting in the way, cleaving through, using like the angle of your weapon to splash it to the side. Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and accept this roll. As you all have been hit by the acid spew. The ground in that area, as you see it undulating green, is covered in a puddle of acid as well until the end of the encounter. Any enemy who enters the area for the first time in a round or starts their turn there takes 2 acid damage. So
Did,
that sucks.
did you say that it was supposed to be
Yeah, it was
half?
supposed to have it for you. I don't know why I didn't.
That's fine. It was
Yeah,
11 damage. Having it would have brought it down to 5 damage, so heal back 6. And then did y'all get your temp or did you not use that ability?
I used the
No,
ability, but I don't think we did it.
The hit took my temp, but it would
yeah,
have
the acid
taken
ate it.
and my because I had to resist unnatural, it only took the temp, nothing else.
Cool, cool. Jagan, I don't think you got your temp if
No, I think it did because I was at,
okay.
no, because I was at 20 when we started the encounter. So if I took 6, I should only be down to 19
Yeah. So
because 10 plus 5.
yeah, so you should be at 19 and we're good. So that was my villain action. We go on to the Eric's turn proper. So we will activate the Eric's and my Eric's is going to want to move in. It can move up to Chad. It is not going to move up to Chad there. I'll move up to Chad here. Yeah. And then what does it want to do? It wants to use a main action. That makes sense, right, guys? It wants to use a main action. I'm rethinking this thing's turn over and over again. I should have prepared this combat encounter, guys. It's almost like I did. A range of 10 on this attack, it'll use Spitfire. So this thing is going to target 2 of you as it hawks a loogie at 2 of you, and we will hawk a loogie at Chad, you're in front, and Farron, you have a clear shot to the side. Oh no, Farron, you're invisible. Yeah, still we'll do it. We'll confirm. Oh, it didn't do that. We need to target 2 people. Guys, I'm having a lot of problems. Okay, now it target 2 people. So as we do the Spitfire, that's another 6 acid coming at both Chad and Farron. As it hawks double loogies at you, but you manage to stay on your feet. From there, for its
And I
maneuver.
think
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think the invisible reduced that because I got 4 damage instead of 6.
Yeah, because it had a bane against you in particular. Awesome. After doing the range attack, it will now actually move in on Chad, where it was going to go. And for its maneuver, it is going to use Dust Cloud as it's going to kick up all the legs flinging everywhere. This giant burst of dust all around it. So we will Dust Cloud confirm. And as it does so, it skitters away. So we have a dust cloud up. This thing is running all about. It's hitting everybody, and that is the end of its turn. With that, either Jagan or Farron gets to go.
No,
Fair
chatter.
enough.
Chad or Farron, yes, because my brain. I'm sorry, guys. It's going tonight.
Faywin, would you mind if I go here? I'd like to get out of this and then not die.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ow! What was it? 4 damage? Huh. No, it wasn't. It was 2 focus as well. Okay.
Okay.
I'm moving this way to get out of that.
As
Why
you
can't I
move that
Why-
way, a pit opens under you,
Oh,
and you fall prone.
ow!
Standing up requires a
Ow.
maneuver. That's the first thing I took back of like, oh no, this Eric's is supposed to know its lair. I shouldn't move where it's having me freeze the game to open the pit. The Eric should know it's there. So I may have souped my turn that way.
Oh, this drastically changes what I was going to do. So I'm in this pit. I can't see it anymore, correct?
Correct. You cannot see it.
I need to double check here. If I need to see the target to be able to mark it.
Generally, yes. In this game, you need to see and have line of effect to whatever you're doing.
Well, that really blows. All right. Main action. I am going to heal. Oh, that's for somebody else, huh?
Yes, the catch breath is your own. If you are above 0 stamina, you can maneuver catch breath.
Okay, I will do so. That was super unfortunate. Main action. I suppose I will downgrade it to a use maneuver and get up.
Okay, so you stand up in the pit.
That is incredibly unfortunate. And then let's see if I can jump out of here. Oh no, I'm inside the dust cloud.
As you're trying to jump.
Yeah.
No wonder that you ran further into the dust cloud.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't very tactical there. I can only jump 2, so that doesn't. What?
Huh.
That was strange.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to jump 2 to get out. That is a 4 square deep pit.
Yeah. Okay. You just put me back down there.
I will put
Hopefully
you back
without
down
taking
there.
that.
Yep.
Oh
That
God!
sucks. Stand back up and heal. You're not. Yeah. There you go. So you can
Okay, well-
you can move elsewhere in the pit with that jump 2.
Yeah, I guess I'll just move over here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
So this is a solo monster, and he gets multiple turns in the combat. So he's going
Oh
to take
dear
his
God.
second turn. He is, yeah, guys, this is a really big fight. This is a real big fight. He is going to. He's gonna Spitfire, and this time he'll target Jagan and Farron as he once more double chucks at you. And that's coming in for another 6 damage each. And then we will go ahead and we're going to use 5 Malice to use a geyser. He's going to choose a 3x3 cube within 100 squares. And the tunnels underneath this area are going to swell with pressure and burst. So we will do the geyser on the 2 of you. You need to make a resistance roll versus agility, and that will determine what happens.
Agility. Okay.
Okay, so as it bursts, you lot having a tier 2 and a tier 1, those are both going to earn 4 damage as the earth explodes in this geyser, and then it's going to forcibly move. So, Jagan, you are going to forcibly be knocked back a little bit here. And then Farron, you are forcibly going to be knocked back into the stone wall and into the bones as you are spitted on them with this impact. And then as a maneuver, my Eric's is going to dig down as he is going to go down into the subterranean. In this game, there is no the big bad guy digs down and you can't touch him. During a combat, if a monster burrows, it's like a Bugs Bunny burrow where you see that lump in the ground and you can still target them. They do have cover from the attacks, but you can still target the Bugs Bunny burrow that kind of Looney Tunes its way across the ground. And it'll move in as it's trying to get up to possibly move towards Chad and eat Chad in the pit. And that'll be its second turn of activation. Farron, things went real bad. What's going on there, bud?
Alrighty, let me see here. Actually, my first thing, I'm going to use my maneuver and burn that healing potion. Okay, I feel a little bit better about that. Move there. And I'm going to use a mind spike on him. That should be my turn.
You might spike into this growth in the ground. Actually, do you want to use any maneuvers? You did not use any maneuvers on your turn.
I did. I used it for the heal potion.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I missed that. Awesome. Well, with that, that's the end of round 1. We go on to round 2. So heroes are going first. Who would like to activate first as you have this Bugs Bunny burrow just zooming towards where Chad is in the pit?
Probably me. But if somebody else wants to take it, I mean, I think it'd probably be best for me though.
Yep, have at it. I'm good with that.
Sure.
As you take a little bit of acid damage starting in the pool. Ooh, you prayed. Okay. And then Farin hitting me for damage because Jagan started in the acid.
Uh,
Kind of surprised that that works for feedback loop, though, to be honest.
Anytime an ally takes damage, you can choose to activate it as your trigger. Okay, doing another Faith as our armor to try to stack up the temp.
yeah, whatever.
Are you gonna Lightfall with no enemies to pull Chad out?
You're dang right.
Dude, I love it.
Why is it not letting me pull him? He was within my 2.
Oh, he's not. He's 4 down.
Oh,
So we'll pull you back. And you may use your action for something different. But yeah, Chad, because the pit is 4 down, he is not within the 2. I
no.
guess.
Okay.
I guess that's why that happened.
Here's a question. Can he go into the pit and Lightfall out, dragging him with him then?
Uh
I'll take the leap if I jump in there.
no, because he can only reach 2, the teleport of 2 up is not enough to get out of the pit either. So you attempt to Holy Lash and pull him, but because he is down in the ground, you are pulling him into the ground and he just auto takes the damage.
Yeah, take that.
Okay. I don't know how I have this thing programmed. Can you see the Eric's health bar of how damaged it is?
Nope.
Okay. So he's still really hardy. He's still around 75%. There's probably an option I can activate later. I'll worry about that later. For now, we go to the Eric's. On the Eric's turn, as he is burrowing underground, you Holy Light Lash into that tunnel, begin to thrash him about. He begins to thrash under the ground. There's areas where you see these pops of vents of acid up through. The ground itself is like when you have a lawn that is flooded and the lawn is all a wiggly wobbly because there's like a layer of water underneath it. I'm going to spend 7 malice on Earth Sync. So as all the ground in this chamber becomes undulating, anyone who cannot burrow must spend 1 additional square of movement to leave their starting position. Essentially, you guys are like going through this now looser aerated ground and falling down in. And the first time you move, you're just climbing up out of your sinking before you can begin to move. And then if you happen to be in the underground, it's 2 squares to begin moving. So the earth sink will affect all of you. Additionally, with the earth sink, if your agility is less than 1, it knocks you prone at the beginning of that ability. So Farin, you become swimming in quicksand, very much like in Jumanji. And that was just my malice. I still get my movement and my action and stuff. So let's go ahead and move my fella. We're going to move him this way. We will... We're going to go ahead and use my action for another move. That way I can get him here. And then as he moves in adjacent to all of you, he is going to burst from the ground. So we will bring him back up. And as he bursts from the ground, he is going to use... where is his claw swing? So this is going
Nice.
to... Ooh, what was that? What just happened?
That was my opportunity attack because he moved in front of me.
Huh. That's odd. That shouldn't trigger that. I don't care. It's typically when you leave, but that's fine. Yeah, it's going to use its claw swing. And so this is going to damage 2 creatures as this thing attacks in all directions around it. And we will use my last 3 malice of the round for brutal effectiveness to increase the potency. So we will hit the 2 of you. So that is, if your agility is less than 2, you are going to be grabbed by this creature. We have possible parries that does not make sense to happen since you're in the
No, it
pit.
doesn't. So I'm just going to dismiss that.
I appreciate your understanding.
Yeah, I'm 4 squares down. I don't understand how I could parry that.
And then I may slide targets away. So Farron, he's going to throw you into the wall. And he could not do that to Jagan. Farron, you are no longer grabbed. As he has picked you up and chucked you. And I think that'll be the end of his first turn, as he has moved in, burst up, and then swung around, damaging multiple of you. Chad or Farron get to go.
So if I go on my turn, how much movement does it cost to get out of this hole?
I think that's where the climb rules come in. You know, that thing that you continue to do that we didn't understand why you were doing it?
Okay. Now, for Jagan and Farron, if I take my turn, I would do a strike now with paying 5. Both of you would use a signature ability on the Erics, and then I would immediately use the maneuver now, and you would both get a free strike against it as well.
Yeah, I'd be good with that.
Farron, are you good with that?
Yep.
Okay, I will take my turn. I will do a strike now. Pay 5.
I am going to activate my skitter. So I will take less damage, and I will skitter away.
Okay. This thing is in the way. There we go. I can move. Farron, did you already do your signature ability?
I did.
Okay. So I can move myself probably like here, and then I can move you elsewhere if you want to back up a little bit.
Just get me away from the wall and the acid.
Unfortunately, you guys are backed into a corner, and I did not plan
Apparently,
this. Go ahead.
he was apparently out of my range.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I did not plan this, but doing the acid on you immediately has now made it so trying to flee from the combat will also damage you as you run through the acid, which was not planned. As we're now doing the now ability for multiple incoming attacks. It's the Eric's is starting to look hurt as it skitters away and you guys continue to hit it with ranged free strikes. For 4 psychic damage. As it skitters, this thing is now winded. Which you can see the winded heart on it, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that is a way that
Yep.
you guys know when you've made progress. Awesome. Chad, what's it like being in the pit after all that?
I'm just down here shouting, "Get him, guys! Get him! Hit him there! I can't see it, but hit him there!"
Okay.
I am looking. For some reason it's not loading, but I am looking for the climb stuff in the books here, so I can see exactly what I need to do to get out of here.
Yeah. A movement mode that allows a creature to climb without using... Okay, so that is a movement mode. A creature without climb needs to spend 2 squares per square that they would move. So it'll cost you 8 squares to get out since you're... Actually, 6 squares to get out since you are 4 down. Effectively, you take up 1. So I would
Oh
say...
God, I'm not getting out of this hole.
What's your speed?
Currently 5 because of this down thing.
I'd say if you want to begin getting out of the hole, you can finish getting out next turn. You can end your turn on the slope as you're climbing.
All right, I will do that.
Do you have the climb skill?
Unfortunately, no. I took jump. And I'd have to roll a 17 plus to be able to jump out of here.
Mm-hmm. So would you like to begin the process of climbing out?
Absolutely.
Cool. With
Oh,
that...
it sank me again.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll deal with that in the future. The fact that you didn't move your token has probably done that, but we'll undo that to you. So yeah, you're good. The Eric's gets to go for a second time. The Eric's is now winded. It is now very much in pain. It has already used a villain action for the turn, and it has no malice left. So this is it, like, retreating to the corner, trying to hurt you as it gets a bit further away. The Eric's is going to do another Spitfire, and it's going to spit at Chad and at Theron.
Question real quick.
Yeah.
Since I teleported myself, should I not be earth sunk because I teleported?
Ooh, yeah. So the Earth Sunk is going to happen every turn, but you should not be deeper down. But every round you will continue to be Earth Sunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for the rest of the encounter, things are all wibbly wobbly. I'll double check that in a moment, but for now we will get rid of my Spitfire so I can check that. So we will roll the attack on Chad and Theron. And as this thing is scared, it doesn't get a good shot as it's only going to be 4 acid each. Chad, are you going to parry that?
It's a signature ability. I shouldn't be able to parry that. But also I'm currently climbing, so I don't believe I would be able to.
The game doesn't care. The game says you are super awesome. You may do whatever triggers you have while climbing.
Well, in that case, yes, I will parry, but I guess I will not shift.
Okay, so we will confirm this, and yeah, I think climbing counts as difficult terrain.
Yeah.
With that, I will double check the earth sync, as I just clicked it again on accident, until the end of the encounter. Yeah, so you guys will continue to be slightly sunken in, and then you have to. Your first move is digging yourself out, and then you sink again throughout the rest of this battle as the Eryx continues to manipulate the ground. From there, the Eryx is beginning to move away, and it will. It'll just use a dust cloud. In between. Oh wait, no, that the dust cloud is another move. Sorry about that. That should not be triggering an attack. So we will redo that as I am learning how this works. So dust cloud, and then he can continue to move away. So he will move over here. Awesome. And he leaves the dust cloud where he was. I thought he was throwing the dust cloud, but this makes more sense. So as he gets to the other side of the acid, there's a dust cloud there. He is in pain. He does not like what's going on. That'll be the end of his turn. And Faerun, you are the last to go. Faerun, you are still burning with acid.
I'm still burning with acid.
Yeah, you have a
How is
burning
that?
acid aura.
From what? From the Spitfire?
I think that was possibly from the initial.
Yeah, but I got out of that. I shouldn't have that anymore.
I'm pretty sure it's from the Spitfire.
The Spitfire. Yeah, so the ground beneath each target is covered in burning acid until the end of the encounter. So wherever I Spitfire at you, that becomes a not safe place to be.
Okay, I got you. I got you. All right. Well, first thing I will move out of that. You go. Well, I don't want to give him a chance to.
You are getting a small aura on you. The reason for that is you are prone. So you need to
Yeah, I
stand up with a
remembered I got
maneuver first. Okay. And now you can move much further as you climb your way out of the sinking ground to begin sinking again.
Alrighty, and now I will just take a. That was my maneuver, so I can't do.
You can downgrade your main action to maneuver if you want to use your 5 clarity ability.
I do actually. On this, I will. Question is who to put it on. Who can use the clarity the best?
So the perfect
It's a
clarity, until the start of your next turn, the target gains a +3 bonus to speed. They have a double edge on the next power roll they make. And if the target gets a tier 3 result, Faerun will get 1 clarity.
That might. Well, I wouldn't have enough for. I wouldn't have enough for what I would want to do with a power roll. So.
Okay. Yeah, whenever I go, I plan on using a concussive strike to see if I can get this guy to chill out for a turn or two, and having that much of a boost would be extremely beneficial.
Okay, well, it should be on you, I think.
It
Yes.
is.
Okay, I'm just confirming. All right, then that should be my turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Faerun standing up, clamoring forward, trying to stay above of the sinking ground as you throw out your telepathic energy, and you are putting you're essentially hooking your CPU up to Chad, where you are just channeling all your telekinetic powers, your telepathic powers, to allow him to function at his utmost. With that, beginning of round 3, any of you can choose to go.
If if Chad is climbing, does that mean he's only 2 below?
At this point, Chad is definitely within that 2 burst. He is like at the ledge right now. You see his head popping up.
Plus,
Okay.
he has +3 to his movement.
Yeah,
So
I'm at the top. I can just walk out.
I know, but if I go, I can move you. But if you just
Yes.
want to go and do it, then you can go.
Yeah,
So,
I really want to I really want to try to use this perfect clarity for a concussive shot so that we can use our next turn without him hitting us.
okay.
Okay. And I'll step up there. Maneuver. I'm finally going to mark this guy.
Sorry about that.
I am then going to try to concuss him. Maybe, hopefully, this works.
Might less than 1 fails.
Right.
I would say
If
that.
I
Oh, go ahead.
do the guidance, never mind. He accepted or no. So if I do the guidance, would it, like the target makes an ability roll for an ability that deals damage, it gains an edge, but he's already got a double edge.
If he
Actually, I have a triple edge.
Yeah, in that case, the edge doesn't matter.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't know if it would
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything.
Okay, so I have. We can. Hold on, I'm reading. So I could. I was going to suggest that you use the 2 hero tokens that are left to do a regain stamina without spending a recovery. How there's the other option of re-rolling this.
You cannot re-roll an attack. You can only re-roll a skill test.
In that case, this is what I get.
Yeah. And I'll also say that spending a hero token to give yourself 2 surges, to then spend those 2 surges to increase the potency, that also would not do it. This thing has a very big might.
Dying it. Okay.
I will skitter. So after this thing ran away, it's actually going to get aggressive. And it's going to skitter up here.
And I used the mark to give myself a recovery.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, I still have movement. No, I'm gonna come down here to Jaggin. Farron, you still have some recoveries, correct?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here.
No.
Provided he doesn't do more than 9 damage.
If I drop to 0, we all get 15 stamina.
Oh,
no, you
that is
don't.
true.
You've already used that feature during this adventuring day.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, this is the same
Okay.
adventuring day. You guys have not taken a respite.
I thought it was in the session, but yeah.
Oh, does it say per session? Does it?
I that's what it was, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, if that's what it is, that's fantastic.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Look at your
Where's the ability?
complication. Is that the cursed weapon?
There's so many things in here and they're not organized at all.
Cursed weapon. You gain a leveled weapon. You have damage weakness.
That's not it. First time in an encounter that you are reduced the stamina.
Ooh. Do it.
Yeah.
In that case, I would
Yeah.
like to retake my movement there.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible to change my movement then?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I just read something in that says if I don't have any recoveries left, I'll take 1d10 damage, but I have a recovery left.
Cool, cool.
So, yeah.
So yeah, Chad, you can go back to where you were and
Just being in front of Farron, then I would have swapped to trying to parry for Farron.
awesome. Is that the end of your
Appreciate
turn?
that.
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep forgetting I need to click that.
No, you're good. At the end of your turn, I'm going to use a villain action called Sinkhole. As you decide to
Oh.
stay in front of Favorin. That's a good choice because this thing is about to charge up to you. As it gets to you, because it managed to get to you, it gets a free bite attack on you and then burrows. And so I need to select you. And that is 13 incoming damage plus grabbed. As you are
And I will parry it.
awesome. As this thing grabs you, it then immediately burrows back down into the ground as part of that action. From there, that's the villain action. So we go to its actual activation. And this is its second activation of the turn. And we are going to go ahead and we will move over here, dragging you with across the ground. We will provoke an attack of opportunity by moving one more if you wish to take it, Farron. And then as it gets here, it's going to burst out, spending 3 malice to do another Dirt Devil. And this explodes out, possibly hurting all of you and pushing you. And that is an incoming 7 damage, push 4. So that is going to throw Farron into that stack of bones, knocking him into dying as he's bleeding, an antler going right through his stomach. Jagan is going to be pushed down to those guys. And Chad, you having been just picked up, are going to be lobbed into this wall. At which point, as you guys get exploded and thrown everywhere, Jagan, there is this burst of light as this prismatic fractal sword of stained glass shines before you, and everybody heals 15 stamina. And then Jagan, you will spend that recovery.
Yeah, it already spent it for me.
Oh,
but,
nice.
Like it doesn't give me the actual.
Yeah, it doesn't know what item is attached to the. Okay, awesome. So with that, Farron, you are just below winded, but you have this antler coming from your torso. And then as a maneuver, he's gonna dig himself back under the ground after having burst out to do that big attack. And that's gonna be his turn as he is popping up, exploding, throwing you guys everywhere, and then dropping down again. Jagan and Farron are available to go.
Okay, Chad, you still have a clarity on you, or yeah, you do. Okay. Do you have something jagging?
You can go if you want.
It'd probably be better if I did in this case, because I'm gonna give you clarity now.
Cool. Dude, 13 clarity? Spend it. You can do both your perfect clarity maneuver and your smolder main action if you so chose.
You'd have to move first.
Yeah, you would have had to move first to target him, so you'll have to move a little bit closer.
Problem is I'm moving into.
You only had to move one.
Yeah, you only have to move one
Oh.
forward.
Forward or sideways?
Either
Oh.
way. Yeah.
Either.
Well,
No,
okay, so towards Jagan.
right there.
So at least a square south. Cool. At which point you're in range for the perfect clarity. You do so.
I already have it, I think.
Yeah, it was preemptively done. So you've already used your maneuver. You are good to use your main action. One of those things where the game doesn't stop you from doing something that's against the rules. Smolder. Okay, so you're hitting this thing for 8 acid damage. 8 acid damage. This thing
There
shouldn't
we
be
go.
taking
You got the
acid
recovery.
damage. Features.
Not sure where I got that recovery from, but it popped up.
My mark.
Chad gave it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. Now I'm not quite so close to death.
One moment. I just took a bunch of acid damage, and I don't think my monster's supposed to be taking acid damage.
Well, I was wondering about that because I thought he was like immune to fire or whatever.
He's not immune
Or
to
at least
fire. The fire was a mislead based off of a consequence on the roll. He does a lot of acid stuff.
The smolder makes him weak to acid.
Yeah, but he also took 8 damage. So I am looking to see if this thing... No, it's not immune to acid. It's just immune to its own acid. So all of its own features are other creatures, but you can totally burn this thing with acid that does not belong to this creature. Awesome.
Cool.
Cool. So,
Oh, and with that, I will end my turn.
awesome. With him being weak to acid, that means every time he takes acid damage going forward, he will take more acid damage. So we go on to the Eric's second activation. It will move over to Chad. I will spend my 3 malice on Burning Maw as the Eric's mouth dribbles acid over the mandibles, causing its next strike to do more damage. And it will do a bite attack on Chad.
Ow.
That's a lot of damage. And that may be a crit. That may give me another action. But yeah, that is... Yep, that's 16 acid damage on Chad. It's a crit. It has you in its mouth. It gains another action because of the crit. And as it has you in the mouth, it is going to move up. It's out of movement. I don't know how it's out of movement, but it's out of movement. It was going to go after Farron, but because it can't, it's just going to continue to chew on Chad while you're in the mouth in the air, and this thing is no longer underground. So it'll make another bite on Chad for 9 damage. Chad, how are you looking?
That's a -9.
And at what number do you die?
I don't know.
It's negative, you're winded. So if you're negative 16.
16.
You have 7 more damage before you die. Luckily, you guys do have a couple hero tokens, I think. You have 2 hero tokens, so those can be spent for a free recovery, and you may spend them at the moment they are needed, so you do not have to guess when they're needed.
Would you guys be okay if I used that?
Use them.
Wait till my turn is done.
Yeah. Wait for his turn, but that is a resource you have. Uh,
Okay.
and then it is going to drop you. Because it's going to go back under the ground. Because it likes going under the ground because it gives it cover. And that'll be the end of its turn. At the end of its turn, it gets to make a save versus the smolder. So we will roll that. And with a 10, the smolder goes away as it has made its saving throw. Jagan, it is your go.
Oh wow, you can just make me spend recoveries? Woohoo!
Yeah, have 2 of them. I can push you as well with this ability. As long as you are in the sphere. We'll do that. And then click to confirm. Yes. Okay. Uh, well, good thing I had that perfect clarity. Uh, ready? This push thing is weird. I can't see the like when it shows up because I'm pushing a larger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So there you are too far to the left.
well, because his part is still in it. Would that not be there?
No, the purple outline is going to be the limit, I think, for the push 2. And rightly so. I don't think you should push it at all because it has stability too.
Well, I mean, I have a thing that makes me stronger pushing too.
Oh, nice.
I can't see the circle. Like the only time I can see the circle is if I move out of there.
Okay, well, right there, that is the farthest you could choose to willingly push it, where you currently have your cursor.
Can you move your mouse because I can't see what this is saying under here. I can't tell if it's trying to have me push the Artrix or Chad.
The Eric's is what you're currently pushing.
Okay. Did I just move him?
Not yet. You have to click to confirm.
Okay. That was weird. And Chad, you want to go down here? Or you want to go up here?
Dude, do you have an ability that turns the push into a slide? That's great.
No. Yeah, for my allies at the slide.
That's bloody fantastic.
But you can go here or you can go there, Chad.
Uh,
Or-
I'm okay with being next to it because I'm going to taunt it.
all right. All right. And then it's if you enter that, does it give you
Yes,
damage?
if you enter it, and when you start your turn there.
How much damage does it give you?
I think it's 2.
And it just stopped me.
You
Oh,
got slowed
yeah,
down
like,
because of the terrain effect as well, I think.
well, I had like 7, and then it gave me like 6 damage, and then stopped me. Can we undo that?
We can get you there.
Okay. Was I
And
still
it
supposed to take 6 damage, or
because you went through 6 squares probably, or 3
okay.
squares.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. 2 damage per square.
Hey, if you're
Uh,
cool with it, just as long as it's an informed choice. If you want to go back because you didn't know it was per square, that's okay.
yeah, no, that's kind of fine. I just wanted to be like right up. I think this is where I could move to, so that's where I wanted to be.
Cool.
That way I'm not in the corner anymore.
Yes, as like all this area is filled with debris and smoke and acid. You guys very much got caught in the doorway with Chad's bold step forward and a 1 on the d6. With that, we're on to round 4, and any of you get to go. The Erix is heavily wounded. There is blood and pus coming up from the Bugs Bunny Hill. Who wants to go?
Does anybody have anything right off the bat?
The only thing I was going to do was taunt it, but it's actually better for me for you guys to go first.
Jargon? Jaggin?
No, you can go.
Three clarity. You still have enough to use both of your heroic abilities in a single turn. This is crazy.
You don't really have much a move there, Chad?
Oh no, I've got plenty of movement. I'm standing here next to him. I'm doing tank things, finally.
You got some clarity now.
Fantastic. Teeing Chad up. Ooh, I get a skitter.
Hold on. Don't accept that. Okay, accept it.
It was too late. You said it after I had already clicked it. That
What
should
piety?
be. Yeah, that's my turn.
Jagan, did you have something?
No, I was just gonna try to give it a double edge so it would go up to the next level, and it did. So
Actually, can I undo the end of my turn there? I forgot to move and with the sync.
Yeah, go ahead. So just go ahead and move.
They're not letting me. Probably because I ended my turn, so.
You should still be able to grab your token and move it.
Not letting me.
Odd. Maybe that's
Probably because I'm
because
underground right now.
yeah, because you didn't move, you fell underground. So now you can move. Go ahead. You should be able to. Yeah. Stay above ground.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was. Yeah.
Cool. With that, before I activate, I have one final villain action, and it is Acid and Claws. It is a 2 burst. So this will hit Farron and Chad, as this thing is just swinging haymakers everywhere, spitting as it goes.
I will parry, but I cannot shift.
Okay. So we have 2 reactions being done, and we will accept. With that, Farron, you are weakened. And then the Eric's itself, what does it want to do? It's by 2 of you, so I think it wants to continue with a regular claw swing, and it makes sense. You know what? I think it's gonna die this turn, so I'm gonna try and get a kill. It'll do its claw swing, and so that'll target the 2 of you again, as this thing is just rampaging around in a circle. That's going to grab Farron as well, as the 2 of you get hit. Farron, you're going to be flung back into the wall again. Chad, you are not flung. And then the Eric's is going to move up, and I'm going to spend 5 malice on an ability called solo action. When I have a solo, I can spend 5 malice to give it another action. And it's going to continue its claw swings back and forth on you. So yeah, this thing is going full rampage. That's another 8 damage. Grabbing Farron again. Oh no, this time I get to grab Chad because you didn't dodge. And Chad, I'll throw you into the spikes. Oh, I missed the spikes. Phooey. And now Farron is at -1 and bleeding. Chad, you're at -11 and bleeding. I said the Eric's was going for a kill, and this thing is mounting you two on the wall like a trophy.
So Chad, probably use those 2 hero tokens to get a recovery.
Okay.
You only have to use it when absolutely necessary. You could choose to use it at the start of your turn, or you could wait to take more damage and then use it then. It's your choice.
Um. Okay, so if I
you're
hit my,
going
I still have 2 recoveries. All right, if I still have 2 recoveries left. If I use this, if I use my recovery, it brings back 11. It'll put me at 0. Am I going to bleed out if I hit him? I'm not quite sure how this works.
Yeah, so if you are at 0 or below, you cannot use the catch breath action on yourself. Someone has to use their main action to use the heal to get you to use recovery. You can use the hero tokens to get a recovery, but if that gets you to exactly 0, you are still dying, which means when you take a main action, you will take a d6 plus 1 damage for bleeding. So, yeah, if you want to take your turn and take an action, you're probably going to want to spend the hero tokens immediately so you don't just bleed out when you attack.
So we can do it that way, or if I take my turn, I can pray and hopefully get an amount, and it'll probably be a 1 because of how the game's rolling for me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But if I get more, then I will get at least 3, I think, as a minimum. So I can still make it so that both of you can use a recovery and Chad can use 2.
Okay.
Works for me.
Jaggin.
All right. Yeah. See?
Oh no.
Of course. Yeah. And then I roll high when I'm, taking myself damage.
Well,
It's awesome.
at least you're still above 0. So you still can do an action without bleeding.
What? Maneuver, healing grace. Select. Why can I not select more people?
I don't know. Maybe Farron is out of range.
Let me do healing grace again. Oh yeah, he is. So hold on.
Move first.
Yep.
trudge to not fall into the underground. That takes you through the acid. That is safe, hopefully.
Okay, now healing grace. Target. You can both get one. And then yeah, I wasn't
Why did I
able to
start
get it.
bleeding?
Well, you are bleeding because you're at 0.
Right. It's asking me to roll damage for bleeding.
You did not take an action. I don't think you should.
Whenever a creature uses a main action, a triggered action, or no, that makes me lose health.
That sucks. A lot of health.
Oif.
A pole trying to get the Erics away from your friends, mounting them on the wall. As you break the
Was he
grab
not
on your friends.
Was he not underground?
I don't know why it's happening the way it's happening. I don't know. I assumed that's why he took the damage on the pole that didn't pull him last time.
Okay. That would be all I got.
Okay. He is barely
And
still alive.
attack again.
And he gets one more turn. I'm down to 2 malice, which is a number of malice that I can do nothing with. Which means I am going to... I'm going to Spitfire. Yeah, so we will activate the Erics, and we will Spitfire since that's my ranged attack, and I will go for Jagged and Faerin as you're directly opposite each other as he just slings back and forth. And that is going to be 6 damage to both of you, making Jagged now bleeding. Faerin, you're getting low. And then I will Dust Cloud and run away. I'm an idiot.
Hint, Chad, don't run that way.
Nah, I could have made it safe. Totally watch the video afterwards. You can see. Actually, I'll show you. This is the squares where it's deadly. This is the drop. So going around. I just didn't right click where I needed to right click. But yeah, be careful. The ground kind of crumbles right there. And he'll dig back down, and that's his turn. Oh, does he get his save? He does not. He is still. He's still weakened to acid. Chad, you are the last to go. Chad, you are bleeding.
Okay. So here's the question. If I use the hero token, heal the 2, I still have a single recovery left. Once we kill this thing, I can use that recovery on Jagged, correct?
No, you can use the heal action to let someone else spend their recoveries. If you want to spend someone else's recoveries, you have bloodbound bands that let you do that.
Okay.
That's me and Jagged to have that.
Yeah, but you don't even have them attuned. You haven't respited to do that. So, but there's mechanics to spend your recoveries on someone else. That's playing a sensor or that is having a bloodbound band. But at this point, Jagan is bleeding out, And the only way Jagan gets better is getting back to town and taking a rest.
So
I
kill this.
see.
Go back to town. Use your hero tokens.
Oh, okay. Well.
They go away after the respite anyway.
Yeah, like when we start next session, we will go back up to 3 hero tokens for the number of players there are. So when we play next session, you guys will have 3 hero tokens again.
Okay.
So
Let me get rid of those tokens. I will move forward. Can I get?
Don't,
Oh, I got a
don't
speed
move
of.
them.
What? Oh, right.
no, no,
Right.
no, no, no. We learned something. We learned something from Josh's mistake. Don't go there.
You know what? I guess I'm just gonna have to be down here and use a ranged because I'm not gonna have movement to get that close to him. So,
I started your turn, so you got your focus.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Okay, so
what?
I don't have. I thought I had another like ranged ability that was not a free strike. I do not.
Oh, did you get rid of your ranged concussive strike?
No, that costs 3 focus,
Oh,
and I do not
and you
have
have
3
2.
focus.
You can
You have
still
a 2
take that
shot.
bow shot.
You can use your 2 shot. Like,
Okay, but it will. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna make me want.
you're losing a shot, but you should be able to confirm at the bottom with a single target.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will take that. Hopefully, this freaking kills it.
And
Woo!
with that, as you shoot it, it squeals. Right next to it, a pit opens up as it falls in. It wreathes around, and the ground stops burbling. It settles down. You guys have a few more seconds of trying to get your knees up out of the soil. But with the creature dead, the fumigations happening through this area settle down as you have barely survived your fight with the Erics.
All right, so Jagan is not gonna bleed out on our way
No,
out, right?
no. Outside of
Okay.
combat, he's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Well, let's search the layer and see if we can find anything.
So I need you to be very specific with where you search the lair because more pits could open up and you could take falling damage falling into pits.
Can
Oh
somebody search
shit.
for one? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ground?
you can. Who would like to take the time to try to search a region?
I would. I want to search over here. Um.
Okay. Go ahead as you are essentially doing like the minesweeper, just trying to find a safe path over to where all that gunk is. Go ahead and make an intuition test, and you can add search. If you have a different skill, please bring it up, but search makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, I have
Question.
search.
I was just gonna ask, can I pull myself off these things without taking damage, or is that gonna
Yeah, you're
knock me
good.
down?
You're good.
Okay.
And I will end combat formally. Also,
All
you
right.
guys gained 2
And
victories for defeating the Erics.
oh wow. I can catch breath anytime outside of combat, right?
As long as you have the recoveries.
Your last one, just in case I fall in a hole.
Good choice.
All right. You are wanting a what? Intuition?
Intuition, yes. As
Yeah,
intuition
don't go
is your
before.
awareness of your surroundings.
All right. We'll add 2 to this for the ability. Oh man, I don't have very good intuition, so
Okay.
14.
Good enough. As you slowly, tentatively make your way over to the gore pile, there's a couple areas that are a bit sketchy. You are uncertain about where else to search. Of like, you can search other places, but they will require their own rolls to not fall into pits. But you can at least get here. And as you root through the gore, you do eventually find a large brass medallion shaped like a sun.
Well, I believe this is what we were looking for.
Yeah, gross. Can I see if there's anything um, on the Eric's, like search the body?
Yeah, you can. There's nothing of worth on the Eric's.
No
But
parts or pieces that are good.
no real parts or pieces that you know of. You don't have any recipes that would call for them.
I was just thinking like a monster lore, if I would know something is
Oh,
good for it.
go ahead and make a monster lore. Yeah, make
Okay.
a reason monster lore, as this is about knowledge.
Good. Uh, um, skilled. Roll dice. Apparently, I know nothing.
Unfortunately, nothing comes to mind of what could be anything majorly harvested. But you do find the medallion that you were searching for, and you find at least one of the culprits for some of the food going missing in the village, for some of the animal attacks that have been occurring. Are you lot satisfied with this lair, with the tentative nature where we're at, or is there something else y'all want to do?
Do you want to search down over here?
Down over here.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll go down. I'll go search down there.
Go ahead.
I've still got the most health, so
Go ahead and make another intuition search to not hit a pit on the way. With a tier 3, you safely get there and find nothing. And you confirm that likely, if it's anything close to biological in nature, leather, it's gonna be gone. It takes something like metal like this, and it seems this creature's mainly been targeting animals, with only Orson being the humanoid target thus far. So the only thing really here to find is going to be his medallion.
I think it's time to skedaddle.
back to town.
agreed.
As you return your way, the way you came through the underpassages, making your way eventually to return to Orson, there will be plenty of conversations to have with him next time. But for now, sorry about that. But for now, you lot, having survived your encounter with the Erics, almost no recoveries left among your party, but 8 victories. We'll see if you take a respite next time, or if those 8 victories are enough to tempt you into more adventuring. Chad, you are going to gain the title Monster Bane for having slain the Erics.
Oh, yay!
So you can go ahead and add that to your character and then select which of the 3 sub options you wish to have with it. For now, this is where we're going to close out this session. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm Joshua of Milestone Play. I am a professional game master who is learning Draw Steel, is learning the Codex. We're fumbling our way through. And if you're going to learn a game, this is what it's going to be like. You can go down to the description below to see links to my website, to the Discord, all that. If you want to jump into a paid game, a recorded game, we have other recorded sessions coming up for things like D&D, as well as my own test play materials for Herald's Decree. But for now, thanks for watching and have a lovely.